No, dude, whenever you want me to, I'm happy to like alternate it whenever you want.
Perfect. This is like a
Oh,
lot.
that also reminds me, Gage said at the very most he'll be an hour late. I just called him before
Cool.
I got on Discord. He
Yeah,
had
that's fine.
serious
He,
payments at
he
the
told me
hospital.
earlier.
Yeah. He said
I'm
probably another good 30, 40 minutes on his assignment at the hospital and he'll be able to log on his phone.
Cool. That's good. All right, cool.
oh my
All right,
god.
so Macmorn, you were unconscious this entire session. They were just dragging you around, so this will be important for you too. But anyway, yeah. Whenever you guys are ready, the sessions go up. If you could just look and like, is anyone getting an echo? Can you guys talk again too?
It might be weird.
No, it's
I'm
not. Oh, awesome. Yes, the stream isn't sending your voices, so that's good. Good, good, good. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah, yeah. Whenever you're ready, Co, we can do the recap.
cool. So I'm gonna see if I can hit the high points. Um. Okay. So last session, um, we had all kind of mentally prepared for the night ahead, just because Spurt was probably going to get into some mischief, and we didn't want to be on the receiving end of said mischief. However, we did all get woken up at like 2 a.m. because Spurt was somehow able to scale the building next to us. But all was well. Um, with Purivan's help and the help of Bemi echoing that thunderclap, we were able to avoid anything disastrous that Spurt could have done. Um, and then we all returned to our doings. Purivan took the last 4 hours of the watch. And everyone woke up the next morning. Unbeknownst to everyone else, Co kind of woke up at the same time, but pretended to sleep. And had a private conversation with the sword that she had accidentally become attuned to. She got a little more information about what it's capable of and said that she would see to it that her lady is aware of it and would tell it if she would accept its offer. However, she's not really sure, and nor is anyone else, how the sword just came onto her being. No one took it out of the bag, or Rastus had been watching it throughout the night. So that had happened, but everyone moved forward into the church-ish like building that we had been set up next to for the evening. Um, it was actually super useful to have Henri around because she was familiar with some of the materials in the room. And she and Miracle were able to figure out what was magic, laced with magic in the room. Most notable items were a crystal bird skull, which Henri had warned us not to touch unless we wanted to be poisoned in a way that would turn us into a stone or crystal object within a week if we didn't find a cure. Um, at that point, Professor Orb gave us a little more information about different items within the room. Um, Gretna found several volumes of books that ended up being laced with magic, but were kind of mysterious in origin. Um, After investigating the room some more, we found some more magical items, including 3 magical rings that were within a really ornate box. Um, and as we continued to investigate in the room, and Kirvin and Erastus attempted to move forward and try and figure out what else was within the building, we ended up getting into a huge fight with I don't even know if we had like an actual name for it, but a very tall skeletal figure with a magic book. And he beat us pretty good, but in the end we were
Skeleton Alchemist.
one of the giant Home Depot skeletons with some nice fine clothes. Um it hurt, and it hurt pretty bad. But overall we were able to put it in its place and was able to defeat it. Um and that was where we left off. We had just defeated that vicious monster, and we're still in the room where we defeated it, and we're trying to investigate the being, investigate the rest of the room, and especially the magic components within the room. And that is where we left off.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right. Okay, guys. So time has gone by, obviously. So for in real time, what ended up happening is from last session, you probably spent an hour and a half in like real time going through doing that fight, but also investigating. It took a long time of like thinking and planning to get into where you were. You know that after the death of the skeleton, the room is relatively safe. But obviously, I mean, a skeleton did just come out of nowhere. The bones are gone. Here, these are gone. Outside, like Pyravin had found. Pyravin, you can go ahead and tell him what you saw outside. I'll let you do it in character.
So while I was on top of the roof and looking around and everything, I did end up seeing this this area with 4 doors. 2 of them looked locked to me, and it seems like there was some backlit light behind there and some things hidden.
Yep.
And you said that was inside or outside in an area we hadn't seen yet?
If you look at the stream, he'll describe the area, but this is exactly what he saw outside.
It just caught up. I see what
Yep.
you're saying.
Yep. Yep. You guys do hear a voice from outside that says, "Is everybody okay? Are they alive? Because like you guys are stupid."
Oh, I guess we know who that is.
I say that we say nothing.
Yeah, I heard you die. I heard like all the stupid people die.
Yeah, we're giving all of our stuff away to people who aren't you.
He said, "Oh no, I'll come down and take it."
No. It's not
No,
yours,
no.
so we're giving it away to other people.
No, stay there. You should keep watch outside, Spurt.
He said, "I just figured it out because you're talking. You're obviously not dead."
Ghosts talk.
That is true.
So I could come down and look.
You could see what happens. I'll jump on your head.
He said,
Brenda
"Right."
stifles a laugh.
He said, "Whatever." He said, "I'll jump on your head when you come out."
What is this with jumping on heads?
I don't want to know.
Now you do hear like a scuffle from on top, but then it like fades. So that's probably him repositioning or something. So, but you're not exactly sure where he's at. You just know he's on top.
I'm gonna send Wraith out to see where he is, like, positioned.
Okay. Yep. You send Wraith out and you go on top, but Wraith doesn't see anything right away. You know, Henri, though, that like if you're using your senses with Wraith, you have to wait till he moves again or something, because if he's truly invisible, then your Wraith won't be able to see him till he moves. All right. So the one thing that you noticed, Pyravin, as you were going out too, there is a window that sits here, and it goes all the way across like the like river, and off into the distance you can see that there are other trees and a larger building, but you can't really see much. You can actually just see this here, but there's a large body of water that's between you, and worse, there's that barrier. So
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go over and take a little peep and see everything that I can see.
Yep. Now, Pyravin, the one thing that's very strange to you is that as you walk outside to like go back and look, it does not exist here. You can't see that. It's just water. But inside, in the window, there is something to see. And it's this, when the stream catches up, it's that viewer there.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the group And I'm gonna grab, let's see, I'm gonna grab Gretna, I'm gonna grab Macmorn, and I'm also gonna grab Erasmus. And I'm gonna pull him over to the window and say, take a look at this. And I'll have them look out the window for a moment. And as they do, I'll let them do what they want to do.
What? I see water and lots of water and trees. Far in the distance.
Yeah, and you see like a large building too that looks like almost like a cathedral or something, but it's
I see
fuzzy.
like
You can't make
ruins of a cathedral. I see like ruins of a big building.
Yep.
Should I be
All
seeing
right.
something else, Pierre?
Now watch this, and we'll walk outside to the very front area of that.
Yeah. So you guys if you follow him, you do walk outside, you go through it, and there literally is nothing there. It's just water. Yeah, it's just water in the
And
presence.
then when we get outside, I'm gonna turn to all three of them and do like the magic spirit fingers and say, imagination.
Yeah. Nothing happens, but yes, it is strange. Either Gretna, you think about it like it's either the window that's an illusion, or the window allows you to see through illusions, or something's going on.
Yeah,
But
well. Is there any way to get down? Pure, I can't do it. I'll fall to my death. But is there any way for somebody to climb and look through the window from the outside in?
so this is what you see. So there is a way to do it. It's just dangerous. So there is a cliff here, Pirvin, that you could go through. The problem is there's also that barrier, and it's windy, and obviously like it's just pretty perilous. This is probably the most dangerous part of the entire whatever this is, like these edges.
I mean,
Okay.
if you come get me, I can send Wraith, who is my bat.
That too, that could work as well.
Erastus will pipe up and offer that Bimmy or Barry would be willing to volunteer to see if
Yep.
they can go through the window.
Yeah, Bimmy, go for it.
Yep. Well, if you want, because in this case, Tremor. So, can you read Tremor Sense again for me, just so I'm sure that I'm not cheating this? Can you read it for me, Henri?
It's not. The bat
Oh,
doesn't have
Blindsight.
tremor sense. It's
Blindsight,
just
I mean.
blind sight. Yeah.
Yeah, Blindsight. That's what I meant. Blindsight. Can you read Blindsight?
Yeah. 1 second.
I think it's like echolocation, so he does see like.
Yeah, it's echolocation, because it's made with sound, because
Right.
it actually specifically has echolocation that the bat can't use its blind sight while deafened.
Right. Gotcha. Yep. So unfortunately, it's farther. So just so you know, Henri, if you are going to send it out, it is farther than 60 feet anyway. But let's so you guys go through and you decide to send Erastus' bird out, and he is able to fly through the window, and he takes his picture, and he comes back to show you. However, outside the window, it's nothing. It's absolutely just water. But if he looks through the window inside, he sees the same pictures that you see.
I was thinking more of him taking a picture of the inside of the building from the outside to see if there's an illusion in the window.
Oh, he can do that too. You can ask him. So if Erastus is willing to do that, he'll come through and he'll do the same. The thing is, it doesn't look like it. Like when he takes a picture of the window from the outside looking in, you just see you guys looking out at it. So there is no specific illusion that he could see or anything. It's not like it's like a glass painting or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a bad idea. Sorry, guys.
But anyway,
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Erastus will pipe up and say it wasn't a bad idea. It was a good effort. There's no way you could have known what it was without trying.
Thank you.
all right. So what would you guys like to do?
Is there anything else in the room that we haven't already looked over?
Right. So that's a great question. So Inside the room, there's still these crates. There's also a barrel here. You still have the books to resolve, essentially. Gretna did take one of them, I believe.
Yes, I took the blue book,
So,
which gives me a +1
yeah.
casting spells and saving throws.
Yep.
I did take the other book about demons.
Okay.
Something else.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
The Demonomicon.
And then there's
Omicron, yeah.
right the Demonomicon. And then there's also I mean, there's still the table that could possibly have stuff on it. Let's get rid of this guy. And then outside of that, it's just the ruined building. Doesn't seem like there's anything truly like stalking you or dangerous in here. It seems quiet for now, but
Did we look inside that backpack behind that one wall?
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still there.
I'll look over the table again just to see if there's anything there. Erasmus would probably do what he can to investigate the window, and if that's not fruitful, he'd probably be hanging out with Firvin.
Okay. Yep.
I can help him with investigation on the window. Or I can roll and he can help me since we don't have a sheet.
Yeah, I think that's probably easier. Yep.
I can check out the backpack.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm in too many servers. I had to find the server again.
No worries. Yep. All right.
I wanna check
go ahead.
the ashes. I'll check the ashes in the fireplace.
Okay. Yep.
See if there's anything not burned up.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah.
18. Oh wait, no, wrong character. Oh crap. Forgot I changed my character. Ignore that character. Miracle. There we go. Now let's check this. Investigation ADV. There. 1. 20.
I don't know how long we're going to be doing this, but I'd like to try, even though like keeping an eye on everybody, but just sitting there, taking a short rest.
Okay. Yeah. No. Totally. You can take a short rest. It'll probably be that long anyway. So okay.
Okay.
So Gretna's gonna take a short rest. She's gonna like lay down or just sit down and do nothing and just rest. So with your investigation check, there's no like mechanical there's no like obvious mechanical things going on with this. There's also no magic items per se with the window. However, you do see very, very small like runes going up and down the window itself. But they're super tiny, and you just notice them with the investigation. So go ahead and make an Arcana check and see if you can figure out what kind of magic is going on here.
Arcana. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, there's magic in the actual windows. and
Nope,
stuff.
not one.
Yeah, you just can't figure it out. It's hard anyway. You know that this is like it's permanent magic, and permanent magic is always crazy hard anyway. So there's something going on here magically,
I'll
but
send it up to Theo.
Yep.
And like, do you want to try to figure out what's with the window? If there actually seems to be a magical effect on it.
right. And Henri, as that's happening, Henri, as you go through the backpack has surprisingly a week's worth of fresh rations. It has 3 50-foot ropes. It has 3 daggers that look like they're exceptionally shiny. They're not giving away any kind of magic to you per se, but they must be plated with something. And then there's also a couple caltrips, different kinds of caltrips though. There's like 3 different kinds of caltrips that are all very sharp and very foreign to you. But that's all that's in the backpack.
Hello. Does anyone have any regards on this backpack, or could I just sling it over my shoulder? I appreciate that if everyone's in agreement. Thank you very much.
No objections?
No.
Okay.
Erasmus will offer to
You're
pick
also
up the
holding
bag.
here. You're holding this bag of holding at the moment too. Keep that in mind.
Gretna, you can have this bag. It's too heavy with all this gold in it anyways.
Fine.
It's too heavy with all the gold, anyways.
I just like to complain. I apologize.
No, it's just a statement. I never thought that would be relevant in my life.
Probably should
All right, so
take a
Mac. Yep. So let's see, Macmorn. So the fireplace. There really is an actual fireplace here. It's just this brazier, FYI. So in this case, the only thing that you could really do is investigate like the bottom of the brazier. It's just going to be tough because you're going to have to put the fire out and then go through the remains of it.
I'll just let it be then.
Okay.
Theo will see Macmorn doing that and offer to snuff the fire for him if he wants.
Yeah, Macmon, go ahead and make a perception check anyway, since you're over there and looking at it. So, yeah.
Perception. $17.
Okay. All right. So, Macmorn, the only thing that you notice is there's a small glint of something metallic underneath this. That's not part of the brazier itself. But you don't know what it is. But you just make it out because it's like doused in flames.
Oh, did we ever check out the rings?
I don't think so.
No. Nope, you'd have to like take the if that's the other thing. Like if we're gonna take the time in ritual cast to identify, especially and stuff too, I mean that would be more like people might as well also take their rest and stuff. That's 15 minutes, so.
I'll pour some water on it and see if I can identify it.
Right.
I have identify.
So Macmorn, where would you like to get the water from? Are you going to take the water from your only the water's pretty important to you because obviously that's the only way you're like alive and surviving. Where else would you like to take the water from? I mean, you could take it from your rations, but then that's the only thing. Once you guys do if you're in here long enough where you start running out of water, it's serious. It's bad. It's really bad. It's just like it would be in real life.
Yeah, I know there was water out in those barrels way away, but is there any liquid in this room?
No.
Theo, watching Macmorn contemplate how to snuff the fire, will just cast Thaumaturgy and have the fire die down to just embers for him to be able to crawl through it.
Yeah. Well, on you can snuff flames, right? But does it
No.
what does the mechanic read?
So it'll just keep that effect for up to 1 minute. So if I have it smolder, it will smolder, but after a minute it will go back to its original state.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so if you do that and you keep it there for a minute or so, there's definitely something metallic that's a good like 6 inches in between the smolders. But if you were to reach your hand down there with all the flaming smolders there, you'd have to take damage to try to grab it. It's I mean it's still on fire and serious there. Surprisingly though, the metal object looks to be intact. However, it's so buried underneath the wood and the ash and everything, you can't really make it out.
Can I hook it with something like?
You could try. You could try to. You're talking about taking your weapon or something. You could totally try. Yeah.
I have a hand axe. My crowbar. I'll take a crowbar and try to get up.
Yeah. You can try. You may not be the best at this, but let's see. So go ahead and do a sleight of hand check and just see if you can actually use a crowbar to fish this thing out.
Is that an actual sleight of hand?
Yeah, in this case, those are dexterity checks where you're using a tool to take it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Erasmus have Barry assist Macmorn, or at least.
Matter of fact, I think it's probably better if Barry does it. So, I mean, Erasmus would know this. He'd just be like, "Hey, guys, I'll just try to grab it." So yeah, Mage Hand is always better in this case. So yes.
And I have a metal bird that's fire immune.
That's even better. So yeah.
I'll get out of the way so they can get at it.
Is the bird actually like fire resistant though?
Good question. I do not know if there he goes.
Probably not for like an extended period of time, but he's made out of brass. So
Yeah. He would last for a little bit.
6
It would
seconds of campfire immunity.
Yeah, the only thing with your metal bird is I don't think it's actually it's tough to say actually. I don't think it has any kind of carry weight or anything like I'm
So it
looking
doesn't
at it.
have a carry capacity like Mage Hand.
I don't think so. I don't think it does at all, but let me just double check.
I imagine it doesn't have any more carrying capacity than a real swallow of its size.
Yeah.
Like a coconut.
Yeah, so your bird
African or European?
Your bird is able to go down there, but there's just too much wood and other ash on top of it for it to be strong enough to like pick this thing out. But there's definitely something metal. There's definitely something metal down there, though.
The mage hand get it?
So is that? Are you going to try that, Erasmus?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Erasmus goes ahead and tries to get Mage Hand, and he's barely able to do this. Apparently, the wood and other things were pretty heavy, because he's only got, I think, 15 pounds. But even then, he's struggling. However, eventually, he is able to fish out, what looks like a rather large metallic key with a bunch of ash all over it. However, the key itself is basically like red hot.
Erastus will have Barry, and or Demi, whoever has the key, gently take it over to Macmorn and place it at his feet so he's not handling a red hot iron.
Yep.
I'll just set it on my halberd blade and let the heat transfer.
Okay.
Slowly.
Yep. All right, that's definitely going to take a while. By the way, you will have to be careful because if it touches the wood of the floor, you know that it could start a fire. So, but you'll have to let it sit there for now. That's fine.
After that, it's not really going to be CO assisting, but she'll walk over with Erastus to look at the runes at the window.
Yep.
CO will assist Erastus because Gage thankfully thought ahead and sent me his character sheet.
Oh, good. All right, cool.
I can hear everything. I just can't talk.
No worries. Yeah,
Do
cool.
you want to roll in with advantage, or do you want me to just roll 2d20s and add your modifier, Gage?
Wow.
I have no idea what he said. So we're just gonna do the roll 2d20s.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Okay, so 11 plus 5, 16.
All right. So it is incredibly high level magic, but the thing that you guys see is that so Erastus is able to at least make out the fact that it does look like the window is showing you a true image, but you're not sure how or what it's doing. You have no idea if it's true sight like the gem or if it's something completely separate. But it does look like it's a real object that you're looking at.
Does it look familiar, the scenery that we see?
No, not at all.
Okay. Erastus will toddle off and go hang out with Purivan, and Sia will just go let Miracle know what they discovered with the window.
All right, cool. Yep.
Alright, she's probably gonna bring up that we probably should like have a short rest or something because she has 2 HP, literally.
Yeah. So is the plan for you guys to do a short rest now, or I mean, obviously you're open to doing a long rest too. It's up to you.
I'm fine with either. I feel okay. So whatever the group feels most comfortable doing, I think we should just go ahead and do it. If we take a long rest, we can still trudge on just as far, or we can take a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know that this might be the last time for in a while. I mean, it depends on if you stay here for a long time, but there's at least beds here, which is nicer than sleeping on the floor.
If we have the opportunity, we should take it when we can. We may not get another one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it sounds like we should stay.
Okay.
Take a
I've
long
just
rest.
rested up a little bit, so I can take first watch again.
And then after she's done with her first watch, I'll use my my 4 hours for my full rest, and then I can watch whatever else I need to watch. Do you guys want me to make any like booby traps or trap any of the doors or anything else like that?
Well, we got some cow traps now, I see, so we can use
Mhm.
those. Yeah. Booby trap
Can I
away.
go ahead and take a better look at the book bag contents?
Yeah. What would you like to do? So they are exactly how I said for Henri. However, do you want to take a look at like the different kinds of caltraps and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like kind of just to get a better sense for them to see if they have different purposes and see anything that's more intricate about the daggers or if they're just regular daggers or whatnot.
So the daggers are plated with what looks like either silver or platinum. They're definitely well-made daggers, but they're not magic. But they are plated with some kind of like shinier metal than normal. The caltrips themselves have very unique like designs and so one of them has the caltrips themselves have like this curved razor like blades that are in basically all directions. They look like they would be really nasty if you walked over them. The next caltrips do look like they are coated with something also pretty nasty. Like you're not exactly sure, but when you get close to it, it smells highly acidic and awful. So you don't even want to handle those. You just put them back in their little like pouch. The last set of caltrips look like they have these. So they look like ball bearings at first, but then when you look really closely, they have all these little tiny little spikes all over them. So they do not look like normal caltrips. They look better than normal caltrips.
Okay,
Now in each bag, there's 100.
Whoa.
so there's 100 of each then.
300 total. Yeah.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Yep.
Well, we have the window, and we have the opening, which is up the stairs over here. I have a feeling like putting something behind the door for someone to open into would be the smartest.
I'm gonna curl up into my shell and then go sleep behind the door. So good
Okay.
luck moving this door stop.
Yeah. So you guys notice that Erasmus has that door pretty covered. No, the only other entrance that there is this window. Obviously, it's kind of a ruined like window here. So as long as that's defensible, you're probably okay. Everything else is pretty intact.
Sia will go over and sit in that window for the meantime to make sure that it's
Excuse
covered.
me. Right back.
Yep, no worries.
Just gotta go fight that bear again.
Okay, well, I don't need to use claw traps or clap traps right now, so.
Okay. So is everyone going to try to get their full rest in?
Yes.
Do I
Yeah.
have a full rest in already since I was sleeping while they dragged me around?
Yeah, but so
That was a while ago.
yeah, so I mean, you didn't actually take any damage, so like, and you didn't use any abilities, so technically you don't actually have to rest, with the one exception that if you don't, even though you were unconscious, it doesn't count as a full rest. So you're still gonna have to go to bed if you don't want your point of exhaustion.
All right, I'll take third watch or something and
Okay, that's fine.
rest the rest of it.
All right.
Just so you know, the weather's pretty bad
Okay, I'm back.
where I am. Looks like the wind's about 30, 40 miles an hour. So if I just go blip, you'll know why.
Gotcha. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. It was bad earlier for me in Connecticut, so. All right, cool. All right. All right, guys. All right, so you are able to sleep through the night and nothing happens. You don't even hear Spirit really bothering you at all. So the good news is he doesn't interrupt your sleep. You don't have any exhaustion. You are able to take like a full 8 hours. So everyone's rested at this point.
And we feel super strong after.
Yep. Everyone feels like they're much better. Yep. Oh, so that's what I was about to say. So outside of all of that though, what ends up happening is now you guys actually have a chance to truly level. So before the rest happens, your books vibrate. You are able to open these books and actually go down inside of them and learn all of your new abilities. So, Henri, for you, yeah. So for you, everything now like coalesces, and you're able to have both timelines. Um, Yeah, but we'll deal with it afterward. You don't have to take your damage or anything yet, but yes, because you rested here and you didn't rest on the other one like it was supposed to happen, your timeline's all fucked up. But hopefully it doesn't kill you. I don't think it will now that you've taken your long rest. That's probably the smartest thing you could have done for your character. So
That's a very terrifying statement. It probably won't kill you.
probably not. If Henri hadn't taken a long rest, randomly she could have died this session. So
No.
yeah.
Okay. Let us know if we can help.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your portents. And Henri, because you got to take a long rest and we didn't like do anything outside of this, I'm almost positive it won't. Yeah, I think I'd have to roll. Even if I roll max damage, you're still at like 2 hit points or something. So it was
Almost.
yeah.
Wait, Henri, are you a divination wizard? My main and my other campaign is a divination wizard. I got so excited. I was like, does she? Exactly. I joke every time my backup characters are all just going to be divination wizards. That's a mood. No, I was just curious because I was just like, what would she have to roll every day besides divination rolls? And I was just like, oh. Oh yeah.
That's good.
I
Yeah,
had ready
good
level
amount.
3, and I was just waiting to long rest before I put update, do the update.
Yep.
I was just like, update.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want anyway, Henri. You got lucky because you want a low roll and a high roll, right? So it's perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it is pretty uneventful in the morning. You guys are able to like get up, not be attacked. Everything's intact. The room is exactly how it was.
Okay.
Well, you probably don't smell cooked bird anymore, really.
By now, by the way, it did almost take almost a day, but the key is now cooled down. It's a pretty large key. It's almost 10 inches long. It's heavy. It's like some kind of metallic brass. But it's not ornate and it looks very standard. It's just the key itself is just one large hoop on the end, and then it goes all the way into like the key. But it's pretty big. It's around 10 inches, which is pretty large for a key.
So the only thing different, and I have like 2 minutes where I can pop on, and I'll hand it back to Kaylee. The only thing different with Erasmus this morning is that now, when everyone wakes up, He's wearing, it's almost like these bangles, like these iron circles that go from right above his wrist to right below his shoulder on his arms and his legs. It's like giant hoops that are no, they allow him to bend his ankle. I'm not his like knees and his elbows, but it's like they kind of just like jangle around. And also he'll have disadvantage on stealth checks from now on while he wears this.
Yep.
But anyone who looks at him would see that the metal, like really hard, would see that the metal isn't like stagnant. It flows in a circle, like within the bands. Like it's like this almost like a river of metal that continuously moves. But if you don't really look at it, it just kind of looks like a regular iron band.
So Henri, when you level, you have to take the exact same. I'm sure you will anyway, but you have to take the exact same path that you took when you leveled to level 3. Just as an that's fine. That we can cheat it. Then it's fine. Just we'll say that this is the same. This is the problem. That this is what really messes everything up, because again, you had to use the book in 2 different realities and they coalesce. So that's why. So this whole experience was incredibly strange for you. You have massive amounts of deja vu throughout this entire process. But then you also start remembering the future, which is everything that ever happened in the sessions that you didn't know about before. And that's where everything starts to coalesce and starts to crash into like reality. So you wake up basically confused. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. Yeah, no, it's no big deal. It's fine. So anyway, Henri, you wake up noticeably confused. Does anyone else have anything visual different that's happened now that they've leveled up with the books besides Erasmus?
Well, I'm still. Was Rune Knight available to me? I know you said Echo Knight wasn't.
Yes, Rune Knight is. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll just go with that.
Okay.
No, visually, Theo would be the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just feel more in tune with Tyr.
Yep. All right. Cool. Pirvin.
For me, it would just be like you sense a higher vibration for me. We'll say that.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Also,
Okay.
over the long rest, I wanted to take time to attune to that book.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You totally can. Yeah.
Excellent, thanks.
Yep.
Would it be possible during the long rest to have asked Miracle for the Demonomicon to just kind of like look through it while she's resting?
Absolutely. So Miracle, but it's up to just do it if you'll have to do it in character, but yes.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll let her see it. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
No, I appreciate it. I'm always fascinated with stories, especially those of the hells. Being a tiefling and all, I get that sort of flack. So it's interesting to me.
Yeah, so it does. So in Infernal, the book has it basically categorizes hundreds of demons in the 9th level of the Abyss. So in the 9 hells, it categorizes a bunch of demons at the 9th level on the abyssal side of this. Now it also goes through and has a devil category. But then it also, and by the way, you wouldn't be able to read all of this, but you could go through and skim it, of course.
Right.
But then it also does talk about, it talks about planes outside of the 9 hells where demons like basically reside. How long do you try to read it for? Like how many hours or whatever?
I'll probably read it for about an hour. And I'll initially start off skimming it And once I see that it talks about demons and other planes, I'm going to see if it happens to mention anything about magical dungeons.
Okay. If you read it for an hour, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. Let me roll.
Okay.
Wait, what am I doing? Comprehend?
So it was a natural 1 plus 2.
Okay. You got a natural one. That's fine. All right. So the book has as you're reading through it, the book has it's essentially a 6-volume book. Like there's 6 different chapters within the Demonomicon. However, there is a 7th chapter that it exposes to you. And that 7th chapter specifically is written by the Archmage Igwulf. And in the 7th chapter, it talks about basically the instructions for summoning and binding demons, and as well as like an extensive collection of spells and mostly evil rituals. However, at this point, the book, because you spent an hour like going through it, and because you failed the con save, the book is now bound to your life force. Meaning that if this book, so essentially what's going to happen now is that if the book gets damaged, if someone else attunes to it, if you run into an issue where you also meet one of the demons that are categorized in it now, special things will happen, and you know this. It is if you're not fully attuned to the book, but you are now bound to this book. To try to like get out of this, you could of course try to attune to it. But it is essentially now like tied to you now that the 7th volume is open to you from Igwulf herself. So, and this would go, and by the way, you know this intrinsically. Anyone who reads this book, especially for like an hour or so, might also run into the same problem. The problem though is that something bad may happen to you if they do that. So you know all this intrinsically. It's actually Igwulf that actually gives you that. It's like she in her 7th volume imparts vague knowledge of this to essentially make it fair for you.
Gotcha. So I know you said attuning would fix it. Would it just, how would it fix it? Do I also know that?
You don't, but if you tune to it, then you're making like a choice to like fall. So all you know is this: Igwulf has built a vague understanding of the process because she imparts all this to you in the 7th chapter. By the way, it's all in Infernal, and it doesn't. The 7th chapter doesn't make a lot of sense. It actually it's not fully written words in Infernal or Common or anything else. It's Infernal script that gives you ideas. You don't actually get any true like script or any true knowledge imparting. It's her ideas that are imparting to you through these random words in Infernal that make you feel things. You've never read a book like this ever. It's very strange to you. Now, what ends up happening is that Igwulf explains that she is fair, and because she's fair, she gives you this vagary that you are now bound to her and the book. She believes it's fate that this has happened. You also know intrinsically, because you're a tiefling, this had a much greater chance of happening anyway, because it's your destiny to learn this essentially. However, this could happen to anyone. This could totally happen to anyone. She also gives you this vagary that if someone else does the same thing, that you could essentially get out of this, but at dire consequences to yourself. So it's better to take fate. It's better to accept fate. But if you need to, let someone else do it and just see what happens, but it's probably not going to be good for you. The other thing that she imparts to you in this vagary is that if you do end up meeting one of the demon lords or demons or whatever that's in this book, something will happen, and that's all that you know. Exactly. The last thing that's imparted to you is that Igwulf believes that anyone who takes this book and goes through this process, it is their destiny. It's better to accept destiny than to cower away from it. That's all you get. So something bad happens if someone else tries to attune to the book, essentially.
Why?
Anyway, so that's what you wake up with on top of this. Now you're like, by the way, the book does show its true self, just like it did before. But now, instead of the like pinkish, purplish flames, they're now totally ignited around the book. They do not hurt you though. You're able to like hold it, and it's fine. Go ahead, Miracle.
I had asked you a question in DMs.
Oh, let's see.
forgotten.
Let's see.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't see any of that normally, but. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe so. What do you mean specifically though with yeah, if you're just yes, absolutely. So if you're talking about when you're leveling, if you could have find familiar and you can absolutely. Yeah. Your teacher would have taught you not only how to do that, but also like you would have so here's how these books work, by the way. So when you walk down inside, it is like literally Harry Potter style. You walk down inside, there's a massive building underneath it. For instance, a wizard, it's this like almost like brilliantly like amazing small magical contained college. Like it's very, very neat the way they work. And so in your case, Miracle, if you're walking down and going through it, there is somebody that has this building that's suited for you, but then they also not only teach you an expert way to do these spells, but they also would show you how to actually get this Al familiar. They would actually show you how to reach out into the ether, and they show you essentially like pieces of the Feywild and other things where you can start picking these things out. So everyone had this brilliant experience, including you, Macmorn. Even the like when you're going down as like a rune knight and stuff, there's actually a teacher that actually has a whole workshop down there. So I mean, this is kind of a big deal, especially your third level. I should have made that more apparent. I tried to do it on the first time you leveled, but you guys are all going through and having customized teachers. This is how you're leveling. And this is kind of what's making you exceptional, including you, Paravan, like all that stuff, even the rogue stuff. It's all like you basically have your own version of an expert teacher that's doing this. But anyway.
So I probably would have came back with an owl.
Yep. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. So everyone would have noticed that she now has like an owl companion. All right. All right, so anyway, so now you have this flaming book. The book, by the way, what the book does is it will try to float next to you if it can. So it doesn't want to be put away. The book has its own mind, its own sentiency, all that stuff. And what you notice, Sio, is that the book does not want to go into like a bag of holding or anything. It just wants to float next to you.
Is there like a sentience that I can connect with at this point, or would I
Not-
connect to it if I
you have to attune to it. That's another vagary that you would have got from Igwaleave. It's not going to see you worthy enough to talk to unless you actually take the time to attune to it. But it's now going to float next to you as if it's like your friend or tied to you in some way.
Well, at least we're in a dungeon where this isn't too abnormal.
It does. By the way, so everyone understands this in the group, it does actually do like a 10-foot radius of pink light. So if you try to stealth, you're going to have disadvantage. You are going to be lit up. So.
Great. Yeah, once everyone kind of convenes, Sio will explain all of that. And
Okay.
she's now accidentally bound or tied, at least, to another object.
Yep.
Nice.
I hope.
Nice isn't the word I would say use for it.
The one thing that happens to you in the morning is you can tell that the sword is not talking to you. It's actually jealous of the book and not very happy that this is a thing. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Stellar. But yeah, Sio will take the time to explain that to everyone. And she'll kind of look to Henri and Miracle, who, from her understanding, have the most arcane knowledge of all of them, and ask if they think, with all the information considered, if it would be safe to attune to the book, seeing as how there seem to be ramifications if I don't.
You would explain to Henri that like you kind of are already bound to it?
Yeah. I would tell her everything that I know about it at this point, and that since I'm not attuned to it, that something could happen if someone else tries to attune to it. But yeah, she'll just lay everything on her and like give her the honest information she's got.
Henri would say, since you are bound to it already, I would say attuning to it might be your best option. It might give you more information on the nature of it. At the very least, it may give you more information on how to unattune to it. But if you are simply bound to it, you probably get none of the benefits, but all of the consequences.
Gotcha.
She'll go up and poke the book that's floating.
It does move when you poke it, Erasmus, and it burns you a bit. Not enough to actually damage you. It's like it's basically saying "Don't mess with me," but it burns your finger bad enough that you have to like go around it. But it does move when you poke it, and then it goes back into its position.
Erasmus, of all things, please don't take this sort of thing lightly. But Sio will, after scolding Erasmus, will turn to Miracle and ask her if she's aware if there's a way to unattune to things, because everything in this dungeon is like the first time Sio's ever engaged with like anything to do with magic on this big of a scale. So she's not sure really what attuning is and if there's a way to unattune.
Would I for sure know that?
The only thing that you would know is
I'm
that
curious about that.
normal magic items, they don't actually attune to you on their own. They just you basically just fiddle with them and basically reach out into the weave, or even like press buttons on them or whatever it takes for literally 8 hours when you're resting to try to figure out how to get this to work. Literally, magic items are things that wizards and every magic user, or even fighters, if it's a magic item that they can use, you're just basically doing a bunch of guess and check work, and it just comes to you. However, what you would know, Miracle, probably, and I'll give this to you anyway, since it's going to be super important because we're in the Tomb of Horrors and you're finding artifact level things. If it's sentient, that's completely not the case. If it's sentient, there's always hidden crazy things to do to properly attune to these items. And worse, there's secret conditions that the item chooses. So especially if it's cursed or other things, or like if there's other like issues going on in its artifact level, you can't just like pick it up and like figure it out. You've got to meet its criteria essentially a lot of times.
Alright, she would have told her that.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to complicate things more, but I'm grateful you told me that. Moving forward, I'll think about the pros and cons as it is, but I appreciate the help. This is new to me.
Yep.
Sio, can you do a little bit of the taking notes for the session log?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'm just gonna mute myself. It's fun for myself night, but I'm hungry because I haven't eaten all day, so I'll still be able to listen and roll.
Yep. Are you going to ignore both items for now? Is that the plan? Sio?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do one? Yeah.
I'll let the book continue doing what it's doing, and I'll let the dagger do what it's doing. The next time that we take a long rest, Sio is going to take one of the watches, and she's going to try and contact her patron.
Sure.
Because she's not going to do anything that she thinks would displease her patron, so she wants permission first.
Yep. Sure. Okay. All right. So what would you guys like to do?
I think we've figured out everything that's here. We should probably try and find a way to get out. And
Yeah, let's go take a peep skis outside and see what those doors were looking like.
yeah,
Erasmus is gonna go.
Henri, maybe you want to have that bad are you? Let's check and see if Spurt's around.
Yes, I will send Wraith out again. I will say actually
Wraith.
to Gretna, I'll
Sorry,
be like,
Wraith.
that's a good idea.
Erasmus
How's
is
that
going to
good?
go around the corner somewhere he can find a little bit secluded, but not very far away.
Yep.
And you guys are going to see a bright light coming from around the corner and hear what sounds oddly like a blowtorch
Cool. Okay.
as he continues to work on his little pet project.
I will remind I do have an owl now that I can do the same thing as she can with her bat.
What's its name?
Never mind.
Cool. And I'm just getting your miniatures out. Give me 1 second. This is such a nightmare. All right. Yeah, they really have to fix this. All right. So, all right. So this is what you guys see when you walk up. So there, you actually do have more. So Pyramid, there's a couple different options. There are these doors that all do seem to be locked. And from closer investigation, this is what you can see. So as you come up, you see that there's some kind of fire in there. There's almost like a library or a workshop. When the stream catches up, you'll see there's some chests and other things. It looks like it's like almost like a house or something on the inside. But Peregrine, you also notice that around here there's actually a way to go down, and it looks like there's a way to go underground in some kind of like almost like a mine or something down here when it catches up.
Back door is always the best way. So can I go ahead and start creeping down those stairs?
Yep, absolutely. So let's do that. All right. So you guys notice that Pyravin's going to start going down and investigating that area there. So here. All right, Pyravin. So you walk down here and this is what you see. So you walk up and you notice that there is a room with a gate. And inside the gate does look like it's locked, but inside the gate it looks like there's like a courtyard. But then there's also what looks like a wall over on the side. Pyravin, what's your passive perception?
13.
All right. So there is something wrong with the wall here. It looks like it looks like basically poorly done magic on this side,
Okay.
but the wall flickers in waves.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and let everyone know what I've seen, and that
Okay.
there's another big door that maybe we can use that big ass key on. So
And this is what you guys see from the other room. So I'll put the stream up here so you can at least see this portion. All right. So that's about as far as you can see. You'll start seeing them. It looks like there's like, fire and bookcases and all kinds of stuff on the inside of this one. We'll catch up in a second. Now, one thing. So once you guys are out here, Pyravin, with your passive perception, after around 10 minutes or so, you actually see in the corner of the room some movement in this building, and it looks like a brown floating object, and you can just you barely make it out because it moves out of your view, but it's like almost like it's like a ball with like a stringy almost eye socket with like maybe an eye on the end. You're not exactly sure, but then it disappears around the corner. So there is something in there that's moving.
well, we have options.
Uh-huh. What are they?
Well, down below us over here is a big gate with there's the side of a wall that actually seems like there's some magic going on with it. It kind of flickers here and there. So I know.
Arcana check.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yep.
Do you want me to do an Arcana check on the wall?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Miracle. So you walk into this area, and this is the wall right here with the thing that's flickering. Go ahead and make your Arcana check.
Dice rolls. See. Arcana. 14. Not as good.
Okay. No, but it's still enough for you to see that there's some kind of illusionary wall here.
Alright. I'd say it is an illusion.
Yep.
There's also the gate. So, Macmorn, come check this out, bro.
Did we investigate it yet?
Not yet.
I haven't stepped foot in here yet. I just wanted to show you this door.
Okay. I have put some runes on myself, so I now have dark vision, or
Okay.
it doesn't print out on your sheet. Dark vision out to 120 feet.
Okay. All right. So Macmorn
well, I mean-
can see in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was human, so that was kind of a pain. Guys, want me to try to open it with the key?
Maybe the mage hand should try and open it with the key.
Yeah. We got to be careful around these parts.
Everything's a trap.
I'll hand the key to the mage hand.
All right. So Rassus. All right. So Erastus will go ahead and do the mage hand, and he goes through and he does fit the key in. It does surprisingly work. It fits right into the area. Erastus, which way do you want to turn the key, left or right? It can go both ways. Yeah. So see, I guess you can make the decision.
I guess he would probably turn it to the right because that's what he would think would unlock it.
Okay. All right. So Erastus turns the key to the right, and when he does that, the illusion or whatever that was going on over here, it just goes away. But there's now like solid rock here. So either the illusion got better, or it was dispelled, or something weird happened. But for some reason, the gate doesn't open.
Gage, are you in a position where you want to take over Erastus, or are you still at work? I ask, probably not going to get a response.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's probably still at work.
Turn it to the left.
Yeah, Erastus, he turns it to the right, and the gate doesn't open, but something else happens. He would probably
No,
be dead.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so
All right.
Erastus turned the key to the right. It dropped an illusion, but it did not open the gate. You can't turn it to the left if you want.
So basically, it looked like there was an illusionary wall before they turned to the right. They turned to the right, and it looked like it dropped the illusion, but there's actually a wall there. It looks like so the illusion either got better, or there really is just a wall here. It got dropped, but now it's solid. It's not wavy. It's not dithering. It's just a solid wall.
Oh, well, that's not normal.
Right.
Is it a stone wall?
Yes, it is stone.
I
Yep.
would like to do a history check on that.
Sure, of course. Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Now, because I mean, are you looking at the architecture? Is that because that's really all you can do on the history side of this? Like, what kind of?
It's stone cutting. I just want to know, whatever I can tell with a history check. Because
Perfect.
that's what I can do with advantage with.
Yeah.
With
That's fine.
my stone cutting.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Yep.
It's a it's a nat 20.
Okay, so this is what you find. So it's not of any like society or any craftsman or guild that you're aware of. However, one thing that you pick out is that whoever made this did take the time to, even though the stone cuts are imperfect, they took the time to purposely choose like hard, very sturdy, very heavy stones to build this. So you know that whoever built this with fortification in mind. So this entire area was built as like a fort or fortification or something, thinking that it was going to be attacked. The other thing that you notice is that the stones are definitely not from anywhere in Faerun. These stones, this type of granite, the type of like density, you're an expert at this, and you know that these are not things that you're familiar with. You don't know where they came from. Presumably they came from the world that this is all tied to, but you're not exactly sure. And so these are not from Faerun. And they are heavy and defensible, so it's going to be tough to like get through them.
How long ago were they made?
They were made a long time ago. So the stones themselves, like you don't know the exact like date, even with the nat 20. However, you do know that it's hundreds of the stones themselves are hundreds of years old.
No, they're rocks. They're millions of years old. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of course. Yeah, but the
No,
stones
no,
are
I know, I'm
like
just
cut.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
The stones themselves, though, they were probably cut hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
You can tell by like the
Okay.
degradation, the grading, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
I tell everybody that.
Huh.
So they're not magic. They were just made for keeping, it was a fort. Very heavily fortified fort.
Do you think it's possible they're also from Greyhawk?
I don't know.
You would think that, though. You would probably put two together and think they probably are from Greyhawk because they're not from Faerun. Yeah.
They're very gray. It might be. I don't know.
Seems to be a trend too that most everything here seems to be from that area.
Gray Hawk, not Gray Rock.
Sounds the same.
Do we need to go through this area?
There is another option. There is another option on top of this.
Oh. Okay, well, pretty
You got-
good at.
Got the
I like
key
to
in
build-
there.
I like
Might
to
as well
build
turn it.
things. I don't like to blow them up.
Yeah.
I can try to take a crack at it.
You
Well,
can still
you have another
turn the
option
key.
to turn the key to the left. There's another way to turn the key. You can. There's a right direction and a left direction.
All right, I will be right back, guys.
Yep.
I need 5 minutes, and I'm good for the rest of the night.
Cool.
Are you turning
Okay.
the key to the left? I just
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sure,
okay. All right, well, that's fine. So he Erasmus's mage hand goes ahead and turns the key to the left. The door does open with a blinding flash of light. Both doors open here, and then all of a sudden, at the end of this little like alcove here, there is a chest. Not that one though. Hold on, chest. Let's see. There we go. So there's like an ornate golden chest that's sitting right here. And it was not that you could the gates are see-through, like you can see past the gates, obviously. Wasn't there before. So there's now a chest here, and let me show you Purvin. So there's a couple different things in this room, so I'll put you in. So Purvin, you were up there, and Macmorn, you were up there. When you kind of like walk through to take a look a little better, there are these ornate like stairway like things here. You'll see it in 1 second when the stream catches up, and they're carved with like almost like a dragon's head, which you can see right here. But then on top of that, there's now this golden chest that's standing there as well. It does look like there's a stairway down. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to first inspect if like the room is safe.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, you guys are still like up here. Did you want to come down with them, or like what does everyone else want to do?
I'll assist him.
I'll go.
I
Yep.
will be within 30 feet of the front of people.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be around Henri and Miracle. So if they descend, I'll descend.
All right.
Uh,
Henri, are you going down?
If everybody else heads down, she will, but otherwise she's like trying to look closer into like the study area.
Okay. So, Miracle, what are you doing?
I said I'd go down.
Okay. So Miracle goes down, which means Theo's going to go down. At that point, do you go down, Henri, or do you stay up? Okay. All right. Let me get your character, Henri. All right. Cool. All right. Let's.
I got a 21 for perception.
Hold on one second.
Alright. I'm back. I can continue the session notes now. Keely, I can continue the notes now.
Okay, if you want.
Sorry, guys. All right. Okay. All right. So here, let's see. All right. So when everyone goes down there, the options that you have is now the chest, and then of course going down into the staircase.
I think we probably should check the chest first if we're actually gonna go over there.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what happened with the perception there.
Oh, sorry. So as you're going through and looking, it does seem like it's safe. Like there doesn't seem to be any dangers here. You've looked through the room now. It doesn't seem to be trapped at all. You can actually, like, once you walk into this area, let me just make sure of something though. Yeah. Hold on. There is a picture that shows you like right outside into this like ocean area. And you're not sure if there's a barrier here. It doesn't look like there is. It looks like you could actually like jump into the water if you wanted to from this angle. But Pirvin, I don't know if you can see on the stream, but your character's here and the chest is right in front of you.
Okay, well, I don't want to be too tempted by greed, but does everyone want to see what's inside this chest? You want me to check it out?
Listen.
Okay.
Do it.
I will
Uh,
assist. I will assist in the thieves' tools check.
Yep, absolutely. So let's
I can
grab
do an
Erasmus.
investigation first.
Guidance would be appreciated if anyone picked it up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you can do an investigation before you. Yeah, that's fine.
I will assist with that as well.
I'll give Purivan guidance.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, Pirvin can do it. That's totally fine.
Remember I have that spell.
24 for investigation.
Oh,
Okay, so Miracle did it. That's fine. So Miracle like walked up in front and she went to go through to investigate it. Miracle, it looks like a normal chest. The only difference is that the chest is unnaturally warm, and also you notice that there are some like seams that look more rounded than they should. and there is, and those rounded seams to you seem organic. So this is, by the way, no one else can see that. Like, this is like not, you're looking at this with like a fine tooth comb to find these things. Otherwise, it looks like a perfectly like balanced chest. It looks like it's a real chest with real gold. But
Do you share
But-
that information?
Yeah, I'd say it. I'm just like, I don't trust this chest.
it is warmer than it should be, and it's got like organic lines on some of the hinges.
Can I make a nature check to see if this is a mimic?
Maybe you should
Yeah,
toss
you-
a caltrop.
Yeah. So you can definitely do that. Now that you have the information from her things, you can absolutely make that. Yeah.
Kaylee, can you roll that for me?
Yes. What would be the modifier?
Just roll a d20. Roll a d20 and add 5 to it.
Okey-dokey.
I'm gonna
That one.
back up.
Please no.
Yep, and I'm immediately getting ready to toss out at least a decent handful of the sharp caltrops.
Okay.
My character's
And-
backing up. Like, if this thing attacks, if it is a mimic, I'm not being close to it.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So Erastus is right next to it. So is Pyravin. Where does everyone else want to be?
I'll be about 25 feet behind.
I'll be in the doorway, keeping the doors from closing with my shield up.
I like where
Oh,
Honor
I'm
is.
10 feet from them.
Okay.
So
Also, Erastus rolled a 10 total, and Pyravin has guidance for whatever he's doing.
So that's
All right.
a D4.
Yeah. So go ahead. Yep.
is there a way I could get any kind of advantage since I'm looking specifically for one thing?
Well, the only thing that you would know from the roll is that if it is a mimic, you can't tell, but you do remember one thing about mimics. If it is a mimic, the best way to deal with mimics is just to bash the chest.
Oh, sweet. All right. So
Because if it is a mimic and you hurt it hard enough, it's going to transform. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna.
Can we all hit it at the same time?
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it's a mimic, here's the other thing that we can't meta. So if it's a mimic, everything you say within it knows. Like they're smart. So if you're gonna talk between yourselves, like, hey, everybody, let's bash it at the same time, it hears you. Rastus, you know that through your nature check.
Okay, so I'm going. Well, it's going to be hard to communicate that, so I'm just going to hold up like my finger to my lips,
Okay. Yep.
just asking. He's quite obviously asking for silence. And what he does next is he touches his forearm, and the iron bands on him begin to swirl and like spread all around his body. Like it looks like someone dipped him for a split second in like a dull chrome. Like this metal spreads all over his body. It
Yeah.
eventually forms a helmet and snaps down over his head. But the helmet's in like the shape of like a snapping turtle's like visage, and the eye slits begin to glow as he finally finishes working on his power armor and gets to put it on for the first time.
Yeah.
So he's entirely encased in metal, and he sounds like he's entirely encased in metal. And instead of, doubling over and shroud, what's the word I'm looking for? Instead of, being bent over and timid for the first time,
Yep.
he like stands up full height and seems confident. And without a moment's hesitation, his gauntlets begin to crackle with the electricity, and he just overhand smacks down onto this chest.
Okay.
Like,
Yep. Go ahead and
Donkey
roll.
Kong smacked
Go
his
ahead.
chest.
Go ahead and roll the hit with advantage. You have an advantage on this, so go ahead and roll the hit with advantage. Yep.
Also, Pyravin, you have a 1 for your guidance. Whenever you use it, it's a +1.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was a humble attempt.
What did you end up rolling?
For like attack.
Yeah, Erasmus is attacking the chest. He's
That's what I was thinking.
Memento. I neglected that responsibility.
I can barely hear anyone.
oh yeah. What did you end up rolling, Erasmus?
So he rolled an 8, but I
He
don't know.
He has
modifier.
advantage. He has advantage though. He gets
That's
to roll it twice.
That is with advantage.
Oh, okay. All right. You rolled an 8 with advantage. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
You rolled a 2. All right, I'm gonna. Kaylee can't roll for me no more. She's got bad luck.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a 1 and an 8. Can't really help you on that one, but let me look up his.
That's fine.
I-
It's got to be +5, right? It's 8
Yeah,
plus
I
5.
have a +5 to hit because I now use intelligence as my. When I'm in my
Yeah.
armor, I use my intelligence as my attack modifier.
All right,
All right.
so 15.
All right. Well, because it's on a surprise round, I'm gonna let this go because you're surprising it anyway. Erasmus, I'll go ahead and let you hit it. Because it's just gonna lower its DC anyway because it's like a coup de grace. So let's see. You are able to slam down on it, and for a brief second, it looks like the wood buckles and cracks, but then it goes into an organic shape, and basically this creature just roars back at you. It looks like it was a mimic. Yeah.
It takes 4d8
Tell me how much.
plus. It takes 4d8 plus 5 thunder damage.
4d8 plus 5 thunder damage. That's pretty good. Hold on. Let's see.
48. Jesus.
And then we'll roll for initiative. But that is really good. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
guys, I can get a 30 AC now.
All right.
We're level 3. He's.
Yeah, we are now level 3.
All right,
Yeah.
I might have to wait till I get home because for some reason now I can barely hear anyone.
All right. Well, so it does turn out that it was indeed a mimic. What was the damage that he rolled? I can't see it in Discord.
48 plus 5.
48 plus 5.
I can roll it for you then. That's fine.
24.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Keely rolled.
24? Okay, perfect. All right, so he does slam down on this, and you said it's is it half
Thunder
of it electricity or something? Thunder damage? Okay. Thunder, gotcha. Okay, so it does actually, like, when it hits the creature, it does look like it's losing some of its, like, chest characteristics and turning into, like, a bloffious, like, muscle mass when he hits it with the thunder damage. However, it is definitely... we'll go ahead and roll for initiative, and you guys do get a surprise round on it. So Erasmus was first. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, and we'll see how we did.
Ah,
Okay. You did not roll well anyway, so.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Kaylee, you do my initiative.
I did. You got a 9.
Okay.
Don't know what's going on.
My initiative modifier is 1.
I
Kaylee.
know, 9.
Okay. Yeah.
We're all
so I'd be before Erasmus because I have a +3 for modifier and I got a 9.
Okay.
I got a 8, so don't be too upset.
14 for Mac.
14? Okay, give me 1 second too, Mac. For some reason, your miniature's giving me problems
What do I
here.
have to do again?
All right.
Check initiative?
Yeah.
Yep.
See,
It's
I-
exclamation mark C initiative. Or you can do INIT for sure.
All right, so who do we think is the highest? Maybe Mac for now? Let's see.
Somebody had a 16.
Oh no, we got a 16.
Henri, awesome. So Henri, you are here. Henri's going first. Okay.
Perkian's
Henri got
going
a-
last.
Yep.
No, I'm going last.
So
I
it's
guarantee his dex is better than mine.
Henri Mackmore,
Yep. Henri Macmorn, yep.
Then
CO,
See you.
and
Okay.
Denise, and Arasis. And then it's Piravan, then Gretna.
Okay, cool. All right, and then what did Gretna get? What are these last ones here?
8.
What's the 8?
No, an
both
8.
have
I got an 8. Don't look
Oh.
at the other ones. I got an 8.
Okay. Oh, no, that's you got higher than the mimic, so that's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So we'll see if you guys can take this out in a round. Let's look. So Erasmus gets an extra hit, but go ahead. We'll go into initiative order now. So hold on. Henri's first. So go ahead, Henri.
Oh shit. Not used to going first. God. I will firebolt. I'm gonna cast firebolt.
So I'm just not hearing.
It is a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
Yeah, 1 magical fire damage.
Okay. All right. The bolt does like slam into it, but it glances off, so it does minimal damage. But you know that you hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a 1 on a d10, so. And that'll be her turn. She won't move anywhere.
Sorry, what was that, Henri? Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool.
Sorry for the sneeze.
Okay. All right. All right, Macmorn.
I'll charge my way forward.
Yep.
And get
Yep.
to the.
Yeah, you're within 30 feet.
I'll get to the corner there. Yeah. I want to know the
Okay.
other one, and just hit it with my longsword.
Okay. The mimic has an ability, by the way. So as soon as you get into like basically like hitting range, it does take its reaction to make an attack against you. However, you wouldn't have known that though, so it's fine. So hold on, let's see if it hits you. It takes its giant tongue, by the way, and tries to smack at you. However, it only rolls a 15. Does that hit?
AC 18.
Okay, so yeah, so it goes to attack you and does nothing to you. But go ahead, make your attack roll.
Okay.
I hear a dog.
Yeah, it's my dog. He's at my feet. Is that roll or attack?
Attack. You're attacking the mimic. Yeah, you're attacking the mimic.
It's just just the letter A.
Yep.
And you put a space, then longsword?
Longsword is one. No, there's 2 words, isn't it? Space.
I think it's well. Yeah, I thought you could just do a long and it'll find it, but try that.
No.
If you do long, it won't because.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
It'll
You're
make
right.
you choose.
Gotta do an exclamation point.
Hold on. Yeah, it's just saying it's exclamation mark.
There you go.
There you go.
I hit 18 and I did 6 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Yep. 18 does hit, and you do like slam into the side of it. You cut a big gash in the side of it, and it's slowly bleeding like a purple liquid. Okay. All right. Sio.
Where could I move in order to get a better shot at the?
You're actually right here, so you can actually shoot through allies, so you have a pretty good line of sight to it.
Okay, then I'm going to stay where I am and
Yep.
cast Dusk Glance.
Okay. Yep.
It doesn't like that. I'm just going to do the easier thing and roll 1d20.
Alright, I'm gonna send what everything is for everything, and I'm gonna pin it if I can, so everyone can
Yeah.
see it.
Well, the thing is,
Sure.
I did cast and Dusk Glance, but it didn't like it.
Interesting.
But that's a 17 plus 5.
Yeah, it hits. That hits. That definitely hits. Yeah.
And damage. And that would be a 10 for damage.
Okay, nice. That's a decent amount of damage. And what spell was that?
Dusk Lance. It's one that I just picked up from my pact.
Cool. And what does it do?
So Dusk Lance is a focused beam of twilight, radiant damage of 1d10, and it's a cantrip.
Awesome. Okay, it does radiant damage, and it's like a lance of like radiant energy.
Yeah, a focused beam of twilight emerges from the caster, impaling foes with radiant power. It deals 1d10 radiant damage.
Awesome.
And-
Okay. Yes, you guys actually see. So you see Sio like build this lance in her hands, and like literally it goes right past you, Erasmus, and it slams into the mimics with its like mouth open, and just explodes inside of it, doing a decent amount of damage. Go ahead. It's your turn, Miracle.
Would there
Right
be
here.
able to make a sphere, a 10-foot radius sphere around it without hitting our teammates? Or
No, unfortunately, they're all within 5 feet of it. So if you did a 10-feet sphere, you would be encircling all of them. You'd hit 3 of them.
No, I'm not going
You
to.
can tell them. I mean, you could obviously like say for next turn though, you can use your time as a free action to say, guys, get out of its thing. They just know that if they run from it, they're going to take an attack. At least one of them will.
I mean, I can tell them, but I can still do something else for now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell them, if you can get out of there, I can do a bit of damage to it. It's just in a 10-foot radius sphere, and I can't do it without hitting you guys. So
Yep. All right. And what would you like to do?
I
No.
want to cast Firebolt, but I don't think a 13 hits.
13. So it's very close. You actually like skim it and simmer it right next to the wall here. You almost hit it. And the fire goes through. And then Erasmus, you get one more. You get one more hit since you were the first one to hit it.
Use my free action. But his voice is his suit. It's like deep, and it sounds filtered, like a modulated filter has been put onto it.
Yep.
Deep in his voice, and
Yep.
he's just gonna go kind of gesture to the mimic and say, "You and me, monster, let's do this." And then he's gonna like punch out once again.
Okay. Yep.
Haley, could you roll, please?
Yes, I have rolled for you, but I should stop doing that because it was a 2.
Really? How?
I don't know. Ask the algorithm.
All right.
See,
Well, okay.
yeah. So
all right. Can someone start rolling for me, like for the next 5
I
minutes?
can
It's not her.
try.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
Try.
just.
So anyway, so Erasmus is right next to it, and you said you rolled 2, right? That's you.
Yep.
Okay, so Erasmus is right next to it. You guys see all of this, and he literally he I guess he wasn't paying attention. The hit he was doing was like an expert hit, like he really wailed down, but he literally hit it right into the staircase. You guys all see this, where he takes the full might of everything and hits right into this stone staircase, as if I guess he couldn't see it there. So it's kind of like humor. You guys see all of that, but
My bonus action, I'm going to use 2-weapon fighting. I'm going to attack with my offhand Thunder Gauntlet.
yep.
So D20 plus 5. Anyone but Kaylee.
I can roll it. That's fine. I'll roll for you this
Yeah,
time.
don't ask me.
It's a 12. I actually only rolled a 7, so you got a 12. That is not enough.
That
to
also
hit it, though.
doesn't hit. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
unfortunately,
I
that's
need
not
a
enough to hit it. Yeah.
I have to speed to get home because you guys are killing me.
Yeah, it's Erasmus was so cool. He was so cool at the beginning, but yeah, so he does you guys can notice that he's frustrated. He goes to hit back and it still gets tangled into the staircase and it like
I'm not
glances
used to
back.
boxing, all right? I'm not used
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. All right. Piraven.
Uh,
Go ahead.
wait, I was gonna ask if Erasmus was gonna move back like I asked or not.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
right.
No, not
No.
even, not a
Okay.
Okay.
Piper's
All right.
chance.
Okay. All right. You honestly, as long as Erasmus is the only one there, and maybe Macmorn, you probably can't even hit. You can try to hit them, but their ACs are pretty high.
It's
So.
a save.
Oh yeah. Well then, that never mind. Okay. All right. Piraven, go ahead. It's your turn. You're right on it. So.
I was gonna try to hit it with my short sword, but I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you're in the same boat. So it's tough because you guys are like right next to it, and you don't want to hit Erasmus. You don't want to hit Macmorn. You had an open shot, but it like glanced off to the bottom of the floor here. So.
Take a cunning action to move back
Okay.
behind Erasmus.
Okay. Cool. Yep. So now, if you were to hit it, only Erasmus and Macmorn are in range. All right, Gretna, your turn.
Okay, I move over so I have line of sight of the mimic, so I move to the left.
All right. Yep.
And I will cast Sacred Flame.
Cool. Go for it.
You have to make
Dex save.
dex saving throw of 13.
Yep. Let's do that real quick.
You better roll a 6 when you're rolling for your monster.
Oh man, I rolled a 17 plus, so I got a 19. Unfortunately. Yeah,
Now you're all high.
I know.
All right.
I did get a 19. Yep.
Okay, that's
Total.
fine.
So, yep.
That's fine.
Yeah. So he does save.
Not much else I can do.
Does he take half damage or anything on the save, or is it just
No.
done? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, no benefit from cover. All right, well that's besides the point. Okay, good.
All right. So the mimic now takes a swipe at Macmorn since it was the one that came up and tried to hit it last. So it's gonna go and try to hit you. Let's see if it's.
I tried to hit it last.
Oh, no, I know, but you actually didn't do any damage. The only one that's really done the most damage is you, but Macmorn was able to hit it after you. So.
Sorry, dude. I tried.
Yeah. So yeah, what did I roll?
Bring it on.
Oh shit! Hold on one second, guys. It looks like the roll didn't hit. Was it a 5? Okay. All right. So it's gonna miss you, Macmorn. But it does try to attack you with its tongue. Hold on one second. It's also going to.
I tried to taunt it. It didn't work.
All right. It's also going to try. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So, what it's also going to try to do is you notice that it's like it also took its tongue. Since it didn't hit you, Macmorn, it also took its tongue and it actually like spread like a viscous liquid all over this area. And you notice it's some kind of adhesive. It's trying to like keep you there. But you won't have to do anything yet. But it's putting this sticky stuff literally all over where you are, Macmorn. So, yeah. But that's it. That's all I can do right now. So. All right, Henri, it's your turn.
I'm going to be firebolting again.
Okay, go for it.
24 to hit,
Okay, that hits. Yep.
and 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that it's you like really singe it. It's like furious. It's like flailing all over now. All right, Macmorn.
So somebody wants us to move, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do it with Erasmus there because it's a save, and even if he saves, he takes half damage. so you can stay there if you want.
Do it. I can take it.
Can I move to the staying within 5 feet of him without so I don't take a hit? Can I move to the Erastus' right side
Alright.
so I'm diagonal to it?
Yeah, yeah. So you want to, well, you can't. So the only thing is Erastus is right here, and there is no square beyond it. There's a wall here, so it's just these two squares. Yeah, there is no other square. You would literally have to move through him and climb up, but that would take your action. You wouldn't be able to attack again. You could climb up on top of this, but then and then you could try to attack it. The problem is that the climbing up would take away your action, though.
Is there any way I can get out of this 10-foot radius by stepping?
Oh yeah, you could definitely step away. The problem is if you do that, then they're going to get to attack you. And she already said that she's. I mean, it doesn't matter because you would know that anyway. So go for it. Yeah, if you want to try to move back, by all means.
Step back one hex so he doesn't get attack of opportunity.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it is.
I added the goo.
It looks like you are. Yeah. It looks like you're out of that goo, and it doesn't affect you yet anyway. So, but yep. But no, he doesn't get to attack you. You're still within range of him.
And now I'm going to hit him.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
I really don't want you.
2 to hit, 7 points of damage.
What'd you get to hit? Sorry.
22.
22. Yeah. Yep. So 7 points of damage. Yeah. You can tell at this point that you're cutting it open. It's bleeding now. You're definitely have done a decent amount of damage to this thing. It's not doing well. All right, Sio.
Sio's gonna change it up and do a good old Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
That would be a 13.
Okay, 13 unfortunately does not hit. So the Eldritch Blast like scrapes it and hits it behind it. So the blast, basically the stone behind it, takes your full blast, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That was max damage. But okay, yep, that's all I can do.
Yep. Okay. All right. It's your turn, Miracle.
The only reason why I don't want to do this is because this is 3d8 damage.
Even if you roll max, I'm still up. Don't worry.
It fire damage?
Thunder. It's a loud ringing in the spear.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like his gauntlet.
If you guys are okay with it,
Well, I mean,
really,
that's-
what to.
This is what I'll allow.
You only got 6 seconds.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'll allow. You as reactions, you can actually talk, but it's got to be quick because you really only have 6 seconds, and you have to say like Erastus, like Macmorn, am I doing this or not? And they get like one thing, and then you just have to go and do your action. So you can. Yep.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Make a con save.
Everyone, right? So, yep.
Only those two and the mimic.
What am I doing? Yeah, ignore that roll for now. All right. Yeah, don't worry about that. All right. The mimic gets a 15.
Oh, that passed, but it's half damage.
Half damage. Okay. Yep.
It's either 4 or 5. It's if it's rounded down or up. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I rolled an 18.
So you're fine.
I'll pass, so y'all take 4 damage.
I rolled
You
a
only
14.
So you
Yeah.
only take... Wait, 4 damage?
Yeah, 4 damage.
So
Yeah.
3d8.
But Matt, what's the save though? Because Macmorn got a 14. Is it DC 13?
It's 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
13, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Take 4.
All right. So you guys, so what does the spell do? It's just an orb of radiant light.
It makes like a sphere around them, and it just kind of like makes a loud ringing.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's a
That's
spell
pretty
I
neat.
learned.
That is pretty cool. All right, so yeah, so it takes its damage, and it by the way, you notice that it does hate loud noises. It goes nuts over this. All right, Erasmus, it's your turn.
Okay.
You can tell it's doing
Chris-
poorly. The mimic is doing
Chris,
bad. Yep.
Can you roll me a d20 plus 5?
Let's see. This one should be good. My God, dude, that's fucking crazy. I know worse. I just rolled a fucking 7. You guys can all see it.
Are you kidding
so-
me?
No.
Yeah, I got a 12. I got a
All
12.
right. I'm out of the fight until I get home. No one's rolling for me.
Yep. So you do it again. You go through and hammer it, and it just does not connect.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, especially since I just rolled a 17 and a 15. That's
What are
super
the
crazy.
odds?
Yeah.
Okay, so shit, man. Well, fuck it. Bonus action offhand attack, same thing. D20 plus 5.
All right, let's do this again. I'm sure you'll hit this time.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have hit last time.
Oh, I'll wait. I'll wait till that catches up to the stream.
Oh.
They can tell you what I rolled.
Like a 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. So
Are
you missed.
you sure?
You missed with your offhand too. Yeah.
So that's 5 attacks in a row where I've
Yeah.
rolled a 7 or lower.
That is insanity. The odds on that are like
Oh, you
astronomical.
didn't roll it, so you know.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well,
All right. All right,
that-
Pyramid.
I
You
guess
guys
that's what
noticed.
we're doing.
You guys noticed that Erasmus would have probably already killed this thing by now, but he just keeps missing, unfortunately. But anyway, go ahead, Pyramid. It's your turn.
I'm gonna throw my my dagger plus 1 at it.
Go for it.
$15 to hit,
Yep, that hits. That just hits.
5 damage, and then I'm gonna throw another dagger at it.
All right. Yep. Yeah. So you actually hit it right inside its mouth, and it's very unhappy about that.
8 for the second one, so that misses.
Okay. Yep. It does miss. All right, Gretna.
All right,
God.
I'm gonna try Toll of the Dead this time.
Okay. Yep. It doesn't like loud.
It needs a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
It's got a 0 on wisdom. Let's see what happens. It fails.
Yay! Oh, two necrotic damage.
2 necrotic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So you see that it like gets hit with this and is like very agitated. That's the mimic's turn. It is going to try to hit you, Erasmus. Let's see what it does. This is so basically it takes its tongue and it literally tries to like hit you so that it can like wrap around you and stick to you and grapple you and all that stuff. Let's see.
Here comes your 17 again.
I rolled I rolled a 14 plus 5, so I rolled a 19.
That's not a hit.
That is a miss.
That's a miss. The AC 20.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so it goes to like wrap around and stick to you, but it just can't, obviously. Let's see. It does get
Man,
another action.
frontlining portals are busted.
Yep. No, that's good. That's definitely good. It is gonna try to bite you as its second, but let's see if it can. It probably can't. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, it just misses you. And is not able to get that through. So
Haha.
all right,
Who
Henri.
says that out loud?
It looks like it's near death. It's doing very poorly.
Another firebolt.
Yep.
That's a nat 20.
Awesome.
So 13 points of fire damage.
Yeah, that does it. So you guys see that Henri literally engulfs this thing into flames, and it starts screaming into a purple, gelatinous mass of muscle and like basically sinew and everything else, and it starts losing its chest form. And Henri destroys it. She kills it right there.
Ew.
Very nice.
Yep.
Turned into goo.
Yay!
Go shoot in there, Tex.
she's gonna like finger gun and like.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah. So Erasmus is just kicking the corpse.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on fire.
Can't dodge now. Can't dodge now.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do notice, by the way, Rassus, that it is just nasty. It's like, so basically it's filled with this sticky, awful, viscous liquid that does like the first time you kick it, you actually stop because you're like, oh, I am gonna get stuck in this. Like it's pretty awful. It is like, it's more than super glue when it comes to the adhesive of this.
Okay.
And by the way, I am going to let this happen. So from here on out, I've already got like a whole rule system for this. I am actually going to let you harvest some monsters, and this is one of them. So
Yeah, I was about to
unfortunately-
ask if I could bottle up the mucus.
yeah. So this is the way that it's going to work. This is also going to be live in the other campaign, Henri. There were rules that were built for this. So certain monsters like dragons and like other things that have like these properties or whatever, you can go through and try this. Here's the thing: if you want to do it, it does use nature to like go through and like try to figure things out and try to like go through it. However, the time involved is sometimes like it, depending on what you're doing, is going to be the issue. So for this, Erasmus, you can totally try to do this, but you have to tell me what kind of tools you're using and how you're cutting it up and all that fun stuff, and then I'll tell you how much
Well,
time it takes.
I don't want to cut it up at all. I just want to take one of my vials out, and as some of this liquid is oozing out, just let it drip into the vial.
Yep, you can. It is like a thick solid liquid. So if you want to get if you want to get like a test tube like filled with
Like a
it,
feature.
it's
Yeah,
just
like
only
a feature.
yeah. It's if it's a feature dish, it's only going to take like 5 minutes or so. You're just gonna have to let it sit there for a little bit.
I'm just fuming.
Yep.
Can somebody get some blood?
She's gonna look to her
I
ass
think it's all oozy.
Macmore and say, I'm sorry, you said for me to do it, so I did it.
Crying.
Didn't even feel it.
Barely felt it. It tickled.
It was a loud ringing. I'm sure you heard it rather than felt it.
It's kind of discerning because even though his voice comes out, like it's just like a steel face. I essentially made Iron Man.
It kind
I
of
think
sounds
you
like
made a Ninja Turtle.
Ironically, right now you're sounding like you're in Iron, so I'm just picturing your voice as Erasmus right now.
So Araso, since you're also the one that's getting the liquid, the stuff, go ahead as you're doing this and start making a nature check on it too.
Okay. I'm back at my hotel, so
Oh.
Cool.
Okay. So now you can roll your own rolls.
yeah, thank God.
I have one.
Hold an 8.
Well, better than the rest of us, huh?
Plus 3, 11.
Well, the only
Three.
thing plus 3, okay, 11. All right. So this is the thing that you remember. Sometimes these guys eat things, and there's a good possibility that there could be something that it's eaten or other things within this mimic. Just like if it was really a chest. Matter of fact, they try to like put things in them anyway to make them feel more like chests. Like that's part of their whole disguise thing. So the chances are there's stuff inside the mimic. The downside is that you have to get through all the adhesive and all the muscle, and it's a mess. It could take hours to get through this. And by the way, you're going to be covered in this crap. So, and it's just going to be a problem. Like it's whoever's going to do this is going to get dirty unless you have a way to break up the adhesive. Unless you have like some kind of acid or something that can break up the adhesive itself. And the adhesive sucks. It's worse than super glue. Worse, you are going to get really dirty going through this, and you're going to have muscle and sinew and other stuff on you if you want to go ahead and go through this.
I would like to start casting, ritual casting for Unseen Servant.
Yep, cool.
Can
It's a good idea.
Probably roll history to see if there's anything I know that could else be used other than the kind of saliva stuff.
Yeah. You can roll history, and then if that doesn't work, you can always roll nature too.
I will hold guidance for whoever
Yep.
is about to like trudge through that monster and try and harvest it.
I'm going to use Unseen Servant to at least
Dirty 20.
make an attempt.
Dirty 20. All right. So you know that one of the ways that you could possibly deal with this situation, you remember, is with like people have burned these things with fire. The problem with burning it is that if it's a non-magical item, or worse, a magical item susceptible to fire, or worse, a book or something like that, it's just going to get burned up with it. The other thing is that there's also the possibility that like you can also, like, if you get enough of the sticky stuff on you, some of it can be poisoned, because some of these mimics actually, and no one really got hit by this, so you're not even sure, but some of the mimics do actually have a toxin built into them. So there's also that stuff that you're going to have to deal with. That's all you remember from this. If you want to try to figure out like how to really get into it, though, you're going to have to make a nature check.
Alright.
Chris, how long does temp HP last?
Nope, that's a 5.
Can I try and make a nature check?
I think he went down
Hold
for
on,
a
I'll
second.
tell you.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, sorry guys. Hold on.
Can I try and make a nature check?
Yep, absolutely.
I'll Google it.
Can I help her? Or it's not work with nature. I don't know.
Ah. Nature? What's that?
So
8 hours. It's 8 hours, Erasmus, by the way.
So until like a long rest, so like the full day.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Would I be able to help her with the nature or no?
Go ahead,
That's
you can
my
do it.
question.
And unless, of course, it says that it's only for a minute. There's some temp HP that says that it's only 10 combat rounds.
No, because I took some damage. I'm just gonna activate the defensive field of my armor, and it just begins to close my wounds. Like this little blue force field begins to spring up, and it gives me 3 temporary HP. So I'm back to full.
Yep. Go ahead.
Chris, would there have been a way I could have given her advantage with helping her, or no?
For Gretna, well, yeah. So this is what you could have done. You could have basically like imparted all of your knowledge to give Gretna a better chance to remember herself. So yeah, I'll give you
Can I?
advantage.
Okay, so I'll go again.
Yeah, because you got a pretty high roll and you succeeded. So
Give
yep,
her guidance.
yep, you can guide her.
Right. Add a 1.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's whatever you roll plus 1.
Ah, that's
Oh,
much
no!
better.
What is wrong?
What'd you get?
Oh, 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you don't remember anything new.
Oh no, I don't even know where I am anymore.
Well, I would tell everyone that what I've known about the adhesive can be poisonous, and that
Yeah, certain mimics do have poisonous adhesive.
but that the adhesive could be burned, but whatever's inside could also be burned along with it.
Yep.
Hey, did the stream stall for anyone else?
Did the stream go down?
Yeah, it went down briefly.
It did, but then it came back up.
Yeah, it's something. It's an issue on my side. I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah.
No, that's okay. I just heard the music stop, and I think it might just be my connection is kind of spotty. So I'll just back out of it, try and get back in.
Cool.
I'm finally seeing it. Didn't know where we were fighting that entire time.
Gotcha. Yep. Yep.
I am the Iron Turtle.
Yeah, Sio's gonna go up to Erasmus and just like knock gently on the helmet, like she's knocking on a door.
Well, because of my defensive field, your hand actually stops about an inch away from the armor.
She'll knock anyway.
Just kind of like getting like compressed air, it feels like. And he's just standing there like unmoving.
Erasmus?
Yep.
You okay? Your bravery showing now.
Sure. All right. Let's just whatever. Let's keep moving.
CO
Yep.
is in front of Orasis. Orasis, I get the confidence. This is incredible that you were able to make this, but you're still you, right?
Yeah, that's a really dumb question. Let's just keep moving, like I've said.
So, yeah, Erastus does point for you guys to move. Does anyone want to try to stay behind to get whatever could be in the mimic, or are we abandoning it? Okay. Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, it's almost up. So it's there's only gonna be a couple more minutes. Henri, do you tell everyone that's what you're doing?
I'm gonna stick with you, Henri, just in case you need, healing, because it looks like you might.
CO will stay with Henri as well, so she can give the unseen servant guidance when it starts to rummage through.
Yep. Yep, it's only got a couple more minutes or so, and then Henri, is the idea to have the unseen servant itself like dig through this? It's probably smart. Yeah, it's probably smart. Yep.
Can I just peek down the stairs to make sure there's nothing's coming?
A medical update.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So you guys do see the Pyravin is going down the stairs to go through. Pyravin, go ahead. I assume you're going to try to be stealthy. It's dark, so give me a stealth check.
Um,
18.
Okay. All right. So you are able to go down, and what you see is that down here there is what looks like, so it looks like there's another room that goes in, here. Let's make this easier for you. It looks like as you get down there, there is another room that that goes back out to this side. But as you get down here, it looks like it looks right now like it's at some kind of dead end. But you can see the ocean again. You can see like the water and stuff like that. But this is
Is
what
there anything past the ocean, like that little castle
there's
and trees?
no, it's just like endless ocean. But the one thing that you do notice from this angle, there's no barrier here, and you could. So Pyravin, you could actually like scale this rock wall. It's scalable. There is like you see like a cave or something on this side. So, and you're pretty confident you could do it. You don't know about everyone else in the party, but there's definitely like a way to like get in because there's like a cave underneath here. So
I'm gonna
Okay.
get me down there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. All right, Henri, your unseen servant is up at this point. Okay. Yep.
I'll give it guidance.
Yep.
I'm also downstairs at Pyramid, by the way.
Yep. No, it's just going to take time. It's going to take. So the unseen servant starts to go through this, and it's like taking its hands and like going through and like hitting it. Now you guys are all around this, and you notice that the unseen servant is definitely hitting a point when it's trying to tear through muscle that there is something in there. Henri, what you do notice though is the unseen servant is not strong enough to get through all of it. It is doing a good job of like taking the viscous liquid around it, but there's a mass around these items where it's just it's too much like muscle essentially, and the unseen servant like isn't strong enough to like rip it open or cut through it. So the unseen servant, after Henri, you think it's going to take like 20 minutes or so. After that, it's going to be able to get a lot of the liquid, a lot of the sinew, a lot of the glue, and all the other like toxicity away from that area. But someone's still going to have to cut into this muscle and probably reach their hands through. But there's definitely something there. It's running into solidness underneath this muscle. You can see that there's either one thing or multiple things underneath it.
Okay, then I will turn to CO and Gretna and I will say there's definitely something in there. It seems as though my unseen servant doesn't quite have the strength to get through the muscle, but it's feeling something in there, some kind of item, or multiple items.
I could do it.
Are you sure? We could just get good old Iron Lung Orasis to get Barry to do it.
We could try.
I-
Sure. I mean, we could try that first, right? And then if that don't work, I can do it. I think.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want you to get poisoned
Chris,
here.
do I know if I give like a knife to the unseen servant, would it be able to cut through, or does it still not have the strength?
You can try. You can if you try and go through it. The unseen servant has a strength of what, like, it doesn't actually list it, right? But it has, like, there's something to it, right? I'm trying to remember.
It's a strength of 2.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's not strong enough.
Okay, even with a knife.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, Oasis might be able to get through with Mage Hand. It's worth a shot before actual people just start sticking their hands in.
This is what you can do. This is what you know you could do. The unseen servant is not strong enough to actually cut through this, but it is possible that if either the unseen servant can try to cut through it while Mage Hand is ripping it open, or Mage Hand can actually try to hold a weapon and do it itself, and you guys can see if you can get anywhere. But it's probably going to take a little bit of time, considering that it's a little awkward.
Yeah. Tia will walk over to the banister, assuming that Orasis has already gone down to follow Purvin. She'll just call to him and go, "Hey, Iron Lung, we need Barry's help."
If Pyrrhin came back, I could have Iceland go and soothe her eyes.
Yep. And Erasus, do you summon Mage Hand?
He does not.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Just-
my owl,
he-
Iceland.
All right.
Just
That's
down.
so. You want Iceland to fly over here?
Yeah, I'd go. Yeah.
Right. Yep. That's fine. So Erasus is down here, and CO, you notice that Erasus is really not going to do this, and he's kind of like intently looking out at the both of them anyway. And then this is what you see when Iceland starts to fly down. She sees that there's like an entire structure down here, like some kind of mine with like all kinds of things. So, and she's able to fly through, and she can see that. There's definitely a lot going on down here, and I'll give it to you when the stream comes up. But there's like multiple different, and so far Iceland has not seen anything like moving down here. Now she does when she gets to this point. This was that blue light that you guys saw earlier.
Wow.
Blue light's here, and there's also like chests and other like things right next to it. So, all right. All right.
I said just have her come back since it
Yep.
doesn't speak telepathically.
Yep.
And I just kind of come back and tell them everything, what's over there, really.
Cool. All right. All right, Erasus.
I
So.
wanted to try that.
So okay, so anyway, basically, once your unseen servant starts cutting, you just notice this is going to take forever. One of you is going to have to like just cut into this muscle to try to get through it. So,
Tia will do it.
all right, so what would you like to use? Do you want to use the dagger?
I am going to rummage through my pack,
Yep.
and use one of my standard daggers
Okay.
instead of the
Yep.
magic one.
Sure. Yep, absolutely. So there's enough around there that as long as you're really, really careful, you're gonna try your best to not like touch any of this stuff. And you do. It takes you a long, arduous process, but she's able to do this in like 10 minutes. You cut enough where you see that there is actually an entire box, a small chest inside of this thing. That's what it was holding through it. So it's eaten another small chest. However, unfortunately, what you notice is that, I mean, you can do this, CO, but it's going to take like a couple hours to be really, really careful, or you can just like be really sloppy, cut through it, take everything out, and just get the crap all over you. It's like literally like an hour and a half to 2 hours, or you can do it in like 5 minutes, but it's got to be really messy.
You will call to Erastus and ask him if he wants to be a true friend and help her.
Yep.
What do you, what is it? What's going, just leave it be.
You want to move forward?
I don't have a ton of food left, so yeah, it's probably good to find some or get through this.
All right, then help me get this out in 5 minutes instead of waiting for an hour and a half.
While they're doing that, can I use a hammer and pitten to put the pitten inside of the wall that we're in, like right next to the ledge?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, that'll definitely help you. So, if you start doing hammer and pittance and like try to get like footings on these, this is what you need to do. So you need to get to this cliff facing first, and then you need to jump onto this rock, and then then it's smooth sailing after that. These are just athletics checks. I'd also let you do acrobatics if you really wanted to, but it's so you could do either athletics or acrobatics for this. But the Pythons are going to lower the DC. So yes, absolutely.
Fine. Fine. Okay. He's gonna go over there and help CO.
Okay.
I got a 10 for acrobatics.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's so this is what happens. So you basically go to do the first jump, and thank God the Python was there. You actually miss. Your footing is not good enough because it's still slippery, and you do fall. However, because you have the Python there, just go ahead and give me a strength check and make sure that you can hold on to it.
Guidance? Question mark?
You would.
Yeah.
You have to touch him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not close enough to him. Yeah.
Can I try
19.
to fly?
You could try. So you're able to hold on. You're able to hold on to this. So you're just hanging there now, but you can make another like either athletics or acrobatics check to try to get on this now. But you try to fly, but you can't. You're still grounded.
25.
Yeah, I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Acrobatics check.
All right. So you're able to take. So you're hanging on by one hand, and you're able to kind of easily like, push yourself up. So you're right here, Pyravin. So you're now on this rock. So and you're stable. So this is all you have to do now. It's not a super high DC, and you'll notice you have to make a jump onto the next rock here, where I'll circle. And and this is the hard part. While you make this jump, then you have to gracefully get in. There is a chance that you could like jump and fall into the ocean. So be very, very careful. But this
Okay.
is what
If
you'll
that's the case, can I use a few more pittons within arm's reach between there so I can attach the rope to it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to do the pittance and then like make like a swing, it'll be a much easier.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna take the pitten and hammer, and then halfway in between that, for my furthest reach without falling, I would like to hammer one of them into the wall and use my grappling hook to make sure that I don't fall.
Sure, absolutely. Yep.
Tie a knot around my waist.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea. That way, even if you do miss this, at the very least, you'll just be hanging there, and you can get back in by swinging. So, Yep. All right, so Erastus, you go ahead and walk up. You're gonna use Mage Hand to try to cut through this.
Yeah, whatever CO says, he will just do it.
Okay. All right. So CO, you show him where to cut into and everything. So Erastus, so this is what you have to do. You have to use Mage Hand to basically cut a large circle on the top, and then try to use Mage Hand to pry it open. And it's only going to take you 5 to 10 minutes, but you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to saw a huge circle in, and then it's just heavy enough the Mage Hand could lift that open and like take the muscle over it, so you can start grabbing this thing. Now you cannot grab the box. The box is heavier than 15 pounds, so people are still gonna have to grab this box, and you're gonna have to make like sleight of hand checks because you don't want to try to touch the mucus, but it's only going to take like 5-10 minutes to get this hole in there.
Okay, so maybe I gotta make a sleight hand check.
So yeah, so we'll go ahead and fast forward to that. So it's now cut open. Anyone can do this. It doesn't have to be you. But now anyone who wants to try to take this box out, you do have to make a sleight of hand check to try to position your arms so that they're not entrenched in mucus and all the other nastiness.
Would my full body encased armor, would that really affect me in this?
Not necessarily. The problem is that this is what I was trying to say. It won't necessarily damage you at all. The problem, though, is that it's going to be stuck to your armor indefinitely. That's the problem. So, yes,
I could just deform it and then reform it.
yeah, that would probably work. I mean, technically, it's probably supposed to get like stuck into your gears and everything, but there's no mechanic for that. So I would waive it. We would just say that magically it just shreds it afterwards. So that would be fine. We could do that.
Isn't
Tia
there
will
a
work
mage
guidance and-
cantrip that can clean stuff?
There is. Yep. There's that.
Vegetation.
Prestidigitation does
What
that.
is it? Okay.
Prestidigitation, yeah. We'll clean stuff afterwards too. But yeah, that's fine, Erasmus. I'll allow that. Yep.
I'll give Erasmus guidance, and I will also try to maneuver the ox out of the mimic.
Okay. Yep.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. All right. So this whole chest is like it's like 4 feet across and like 2 feet high. It's like a smaller chest, but it's definitely still heavy. Erasmus, you go ahead and like position yourself in there and you like yank it out. It takes a second because some of the walls are still stuck and like there's still really heavy muscle attached to it. But you are able to pry this out. You
I rolled
open
a
it-
16, by the way, for sleight of hand. Plus the D4.
Yeah, it didn't even matter at this point because, like you said, what's going to end up happening is you don't actually get that messed up. Like with a 16, you actually do not get into like the stickiest parts anyway. So your armor is only a little bit dirtied at this point. But if it was really dirty, yeah, I mean the reality is there is really no mechanics to deal with like your stuff getting gunked up. So you could just like summon it and resummon it, and magically it would just shred all of it. But the good news is that now that you have this thing like there, it's not locked. You can just go ahead and open it because the lock has already been corroded. Do you want to
Pop it
open?
Yeah, I'll pop it open.
All right. There are purple, like really ornate purple and like leather colored gloves that have like what looks like a really ornate arrow symbol attached to these gloves, and they kind of like vibrate energy. They look like they could be magic to you, Erasmus. There's a couple different items in here. There's also gauntlets as well that are like these plate mail gauntlets, and they have these faces of these angry like screaming ogres in gold, and the gauntlets themselves look like they're made of some kind of metal. And then there's also give me 1 second. There's also like a basically just large jar, a large like it looks like it's made out of clay or something, but it does have some gems embedded into it, and it does look like it has some like weird script all around it.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's 3 items inside of it: 2 gloves and then a jar.
If I come back up, can I do comprehend languages on it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm just gonna I got some of that mucus on my hand, so you guys see as the glove, like my metal, this layer of skin on me, metal layer of skin like begins to flake off, and then to where it exposes his bare hand, and then the metal from the forearm just kind of surges down and reforms a new glove.
Cool. Yeah.
Sorry, Anya, what were you saying earlier?
I was gonna say, if you wanted to take an item and I take an item, we could identify.
I can also identify.
Oh, cool. So
Like
one
all
for each of us.
3 identify.
I'll take the heavy gloves.
I'm interested in the jar.
Yeah.
I was comprehend languaging on that one, so I thought I'd probably have to since I had to touch the jar.
Okay, then I'll do the gloves, the other gloves, the arrow gloves.
Yep.
Sorry.
The gloves I have, they're the ogre ones, right?
Yeah. The
Yes.
the heavy gauntlet ones are the ogre ones, and then there's like smaller ones that have the arrows, and then there's the jar.
All
It's
right.
three nerds here. Three nerds chanting rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll actually cast comprehend languages for this one, and then do identify as a ritual. If there's anything.
Okay, that's fine. So that's gonna take 15 minutes. But you have the jug. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
All right. And so I'm sorry. Which one are you casting? I guess.
Comprehend languages to see if I can figure
Gotcha.
out what it says.
Okay. So when you do cast comprehend languages, it has this script on the very top of the jug, and as you read it, the jug now like shows you magically like basically stoppers. There's 9 of them of all different colors, and it basically says the words acid, poison, beer, honey, oil, vinegar, mayonnaise, water, salt, wine,
No chemical jug.
all over it. So yeah,
What were all the words? Sorry.
acid.
I was writing them down.
It's acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, fresh water, and then salt water, and then wine. And these are next to all the different stoppers, and they're all different colors.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so this one just has a whole bunch of things depending on the colors. And it's
From a meta standpoint, this is the only location that this jug exists in, and like there's only one of them, and this group found it, and it only exists here. So
So it's
Yes.
acid,
Sorry,
poison,
first
beer,
group.
honey, mayonnaise, oil, fresh water, salt water, and wine.
yep. So acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water,
I missed
fresh
it.
water, salt water, and wine.
What's Pyravin up to?
I just,
Yeah, so Pyravin, we were about to get to Pyravin now too. So Pyravin, go ahead and just give me your athletics check to swing down, because he's in the middle of like either dying or not. So he's like scaling off the building and like using the pythons to like swing in Indiana Jones style. So
I'm gonna go cry if you die.
yeah, he should.
Wait, can I roll it for acrobatics?
Yeah, of course you can. You can roll for acrobatics. That's fine.
He's got flaunted.
All right. So anyway, so did the two of you, by the way, cast your identify, or are you ritual casting it too?
Ritual.
Ritual.
Okay, everybody's okay. That's fine. So we'll do Pyravin first.
22.
All right, so Pyravin, you easily swing in, literally Indiana Jones style. You swing through this and gracefully land right here, pretty easily.
Okay.
The hard part, so Pyravin, you notice though, this was kind of difficult. So the only hard part's going to be like, how are we going to get everybody else down? But you were able to get through this pretty easily. You only had one mishap there.
So how far in is that barrel?
It's only 30 to 35 feet in. You can walk into it if you need to, but it's 35 feet.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How easily would I be able to climb the wall next to it and attach another piton so they have another rope to catch onto just in case?
So when the stream catches up, are you doing a piton above the barrel here?
No, like on the outside of the wall next to the cliff area.
Oh, got you. So you want to add more pitons with like rope to make it easier, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or, like,
yeah.
You can. It's a little difficult work because basically what you have to do is you have to like hang over the side and like reach up as far as you can to like hammer.
Okay, hold on. I have a great idea.
Yep.
I'm gonna use 1 second. I'm going to use psychic blades for each of my hands, and I will attach one side of the rope and make a loop so that whenever I toss it, the first one keeps the loop open.
Yep.
And when it hits the wall, whenever they do hit the wall, it can fall down onto whatever piton was there, so they can use the rope from there. And as soon as they hit the walls from there, they just disappear.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. Yep. Yep. It'll make the DC a little bit lower. It's like if you have a whole system of rope where they can like use this rope to like try to climb down, as long as they don't slip and as long as they're strong enough to hold themselves up and swing, it'll be okay. But obviously, there's always a chance that if they're not strong enough, they're still going to fall in the water. But yeah.
Hey, whatever helps.
Okay, so let's see. So okay, we'll go ahead and say that your rituals have gone through. The first one is an alchemy jug. So an alchemy jug is basically a ceramic jug that appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid. It weighs around 12 pounds, whether it's full or empty, though. Anyway, like sloshing sounds can be heard from the jug when it's shaken. Even if the jug is empty, you still hear sloshing. But as an action, you can name one of the liquids from the things that I mentioned, and the jug produces that chosen liquid. Afterwards, you can uncork the jug as an action and pour the liquid out. And it's up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you named. And there's max amounts for all these. You can see it. Once the jug starts producing liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one than it has reached its maximum until the next dawn. So every day you get a new thing. But for instance, you can always have 4 gallons of beer, a gallon of honey, 2 gallons of mayonnaise, a quart of oil, 2 gallons of vinegar, 8 gallons of fresh water, which is insanely helpful here. 12 gallons of like salt water, wine. It doesn't seem like it's that awesome. This is actually one of my more favorite.
it seems like it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very. And by the way, it gives you 8 ounces of acid, and it gives you a half ounce of poison. So it's
This thing's a money printer.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. So, all right. So anyway, so that's the first one. Here, let's. Yeah, well, imagine how much Spurt will want to steal from you guys if.
Yeah. Well, now we have a way to waterboard him.
Yeah. So let's do these other ones real quick. The gauntlets are gauntlets of ogre strength. They basically give you a 19 to strength. It does not give you, like, if your strength is already higher than 19 or if you have pluses, whatever, it ignores them. You just
I just go ahead and slip those on.
Yep.
And they just they fold into his armor.
More than like a roll on those too.
Yep. Technically, Erastus does have them since he's the one that like identified them. So, I mean, you'll have to basically stop Erastus from like putting them on Macmorn. But you totally can obviously say something. But and then the other ones, let's see. Let me get to the last ones. They're the magic missile gauntlets. They're freaking awesome. But let me get the actual name. Hold on.
Strength was his dump stat.
Gloves.
Doesn't Erastus now use intelligence for his attack rolls?
Only on the Thunder Gauntlets. And only for one Thunder Gauntlet. The offhand is strength.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just bringing it up in D&D Beyond. I don't know why it's not loading. Hold on 1 second. And wow. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties, but give me 1 second here. What? Well, they are so essentially they're. I'll find them in a second, but they're basically gloves that give you like an extra magic missile kind of thing. But hold on.
That's what I'm thinking.
I am thinking of gloves of missile, but hold on. That's probably what I'm thinking of. The weird thing is that the item that I have brought up, I hope it wasn't. Let me see. You're probably
mean,
right. You're probably
If
right.
you want, there are like blaster gloves where you can use a spell out of them.
Yeah. No, it's. You know what? It's got to be gloves of missile staring though. Hold on, and you're absolutely right. It doesn't give you magic missile, but hold on. It's because they have the they're yeah, it is gloves of missile snaring. I'm sorry. I was looking at a homebrew thing that had the same like picture of it, but no. It's definitely gloves of missile snaring. It's the gloves that seem to almost melt into your hands when you don them. When a range attack hits you, yeah, while you're wearing them, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10. I'm sorry. It's absolutely gloves of missile snaring. Yeah. Yep.
Well, those are cool too.
Yeah, they're still cool.
Yep.
I feel like either Henri or Miracle should use those, since they typically do stay in the back and would be more susceptible to ranged attacks.
As much as I would love to wear them, I think the thing we have to remember is I don't know how long I'm going to be here for.
That's smart.
I say give them to Gretna or Mac, someone that stays at the front. That's
Yeah,
Well,
and,
then you-
and
But they have a high AC and more.
they're more
HP.
melee characters, though. I think you have to try and give it
Yeah.
to somebody who might get hit by more ranged attacks. Somebody
Well,
who
if
stays
they-
kind of in the back.
if we get into combat and someone is at a range, what are we going to do? We have to run at them.
I'm not saying it's a terrible idea. I'm just saying if you want to get the most use out of them, you're gonna want to give it to somebody who usually stays at range.
Right. Someone who doesn't have a suit of iron armor melded to their skin.
Like, I'm not saying I want them.
Someone
Yep.
who doesn't have, gauntlets of ogre strength.
But you don't know that that's what it is because I never said what they were. So
Yeah, that is
Let's
true.
let
That,
Henri
by the way,
choose who she gives it to.
that is true. By the
Who
way,
knows?
so that's the other thing to keep in mind. Once people identify them, that's actually a really good point, Erasmus. What do you tell the group they are? Because obviously that's going to be the question. Like, because Macmorn's going to see this. Like, they look like they're plate gauntlets. Like we like. I assume everyone's going to be honest, but Henri, I guess you tell everyone what it is.
Yeah.
And Miracle, you were the one that did the alchemical jug, right?
Yeah, I'd tell them.
Okay. All right. And do you tell everyone what they are, Erasmus? The gauntlets of ogre strength?
yeah, I mean, at that point, I feel like if everyone's going to question him, he's not going to hide it.
Okay.
Learn
So-
his lesson.
So now that everyone knows exactly what they are, this is good though. This is really good for the group. Like we should discuss, like, go ahead and do it in character, but discuss like what you're gonna do with all the stuff.
I'll remind everybody that my real gauntlets are stuck to an anvil at the beginning.
Yep.
So I could use some gauntlets. But they should go to a melee character, obviously. So the two of us are up front. If we haven't gotten anything else, we should just roll.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense for either Gretna, Macmorn, or Macmorn to have them, since Erasmus has his new powerful armor. He seems to be just fine to himself.
Anybody who wants the missile snaring gloves, they are free to them.
Can I? If
You-
no one.
Yeah, I can hand them to Miracle. Sure. Like I said, we usually stay at range anyways, so it would be a good idea.
Yeah. And then the alchemical
And I
jug.
don't got a lot of AC or HP.
The
so
alchemical jug
it'd
could be for
helpful.
everybody, you know?
Yeah. We could just put that in the bag of holding. Use it when we need it.
Sure.
So do we agree that like if you get something now or someone doesn't have anything, you can't really
If
shouldn't
you
have
find
two
some-
things when someone has none.
I don't follow that. I feel like this should all be handled in character.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
character.
it has to be handled in character. By the way.
I thought you were saying, like, inventory management wise.
I think
I'm
it should
saying
just
is
go to
it doesn't-
who can use it the best.
Right. I think it just makes the most sense for all of us to, when we can and we're not in the middle of combat, just sit down, identify them, see where they would best be used, move from there. And we still have those 3 rings that whenever we take a break next, we should look into them.
There's a possibility I can reverse engineer these things. I just need to study them.
Oh, okay. Well, I need some gauntlets. I lost mine up above, so.
I have a pair you can have, but it hasn't really been an issue up to now.
I guess I'm asking for them. I mean, we both know what they are. Someone, you haven't found anything else in this dungeon, right? There's no other magic you've picked up.
That I've picked up. I have this hammer thing.
What is the hammer thing?
The hammer's the
Corpse
corpse
layer.
layer. I gave it to him. Well, he gave it to him.
You guys do hear like a voice way down the hallway, behind you in some ways, and it's familiar. And it says, "It doesn't matter because those are going to be my gauntlets, just like everything is going to be mine when you're
All
dead."
right, I'm dealing with this now.
Yeah, you literally hear this. It must be Erasmus. You think that it's like over in this direction somewhere, but he does scream it, so it must be like down the hallway.
He's stomping down there.
Tia will
Alright,
cast
so
a
Erasmus
on
goes.
the door and slam it shut before Erasmus can walk through it.
Oh, the iron door. Yep, you can. Yep,
Okay, well, I'm just opening it again and walking through because you can't lock it.
that is true. So you do close the door, She does close the door in front of you, Erasmus. It's your prerogative if you want to open it. Yep. Yep. All right, so Erasmus goes through and opens it. And Erasmus, is the idea to just go through and just try to find out where he's coming from?
Yeah, I'm tired of this.
Yep. All right. So
He's
you
in
guys
a very bad mood right now.
Yep.
Tia's gonna follow
You got-
Erasmus because she doesn't know what's up with him.
Okay.
I assume you walked off with the gauntlets too.
Yeah, he's still wearing them, but I mean, the discussion's not over. It just got interrupted.
Can't we can get him anytime. Can't we just finish the discussion?
Well, yeah. Well, you.
So Macmorn, you follow him and are saying this. But he is still walking.
He shouldn't
obviously, to go through.
No, oh, never mind. Okay.
Where is he?
I'm staying here with you ladies and Pirvin. We're all separated. This is great.
Can I yell out, guys, the ropes?
Yeah, you totally can. So Erasmus is walking down. Gretna, you hear this.
It's pretty
Downright,
obvious
you hear this.
he's furious about something.
Yeah.
And how's the guy going to follow us if
Hey,
he-
Pirvin, there you are. Hi.
Yeah. So you guys see Pirvin has been working tirelessly now to like get this thing set up. He's like really proud of himself. He's got like several ropes going. And and you do hear him like scream back. He's like, come on, guys. Yeah.
We're having a little
Alright, so-
problem up here.
I'm
Just
gonna
booby
go
trap the
down
wall.
there.
I see Spurt.
Okay,
Try
yep.
also.
No, Spurt is currently when you walk out, you cannot see him. He either might be invisible or stealth or hidden or something. But so far, you and Macmorn are out there. Everyone else is back.
I have
here.
a question
Tia,
for
did you follow him,
Erasmus.
Tia, or did you stay back with the other people?
Tia followed Erasmus.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, go ahead. What's the question?
So, Erasmus is going to take out his let's see, what do I want to do this to? How do I want to trick this? All right. I'm taking out my mace.
Yep.
I'm infusing it. He
Yep.
watches this thing as it just becomes this +1 mace gleaming and shining.
Yep.
And I'll just wave it out. I brought this for you, Spurt. Thanks for all the help. And he's just going to put it onto the ground in front of him. And as soon as I see that mace move, I'm lunging out and grabbing him.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead and to try to like fool him though. Go ahead and make your go ahead and do the check to see if you can like convince Spurt that this is really like fine and he's like this is a free thing. So go ahead and do a deception check.
It's a pretty enticing item.
Yeah,
Plus
yeah.
one.
My character would have put on the gloves. and,
Okay.
7. So
Okay. Well, so this is what you see. So you go ahead and say this and tell me exactly what you're doing with this item.
I grab it.
Yeah.
He watches this happen to it. I just place it on the ground in front of me.
Okay, so you place it like right in front of you on the ground. And
He should recognize me as the one who gave him all the sweet rolls.
no, of course he does. Yep, he does. So he's definitely here because you occasionally hear movement up in this area here once the scream goes through, and he says, that's not. We can do better."
Oh, all right. That was your chance. I'll scoop it up.
He says, "Nope, give me that item." He said, "Just give me something else." He said, "I don't like a mace."
I'm just going to turn my back to him, to where I'm looking at Theo, and I'll quietly say, "You see him?"
No, he's currently invisible. But however, you can tell Erastus from where he is. He's somewhere in this location, somewhere in this general area. Once the stream catches up, he's way above you and over in this area here.
Can Theo make illusions?
I have minor illusion. I can also cast thaumaturgy.
Right. So you can do
Put a sweet roll in my hand.
Theo will use minor illusion to conjure a few sweet rolls in Erastus' hand. And she'll
All right.
way that it makes it look like he's pulling them out of something, and she'll just like wave her hand over his hand.
All right. He like digs in his bag. All right, Spurt. I wanted to save this until we were gone, but save these for you. And he's gonna hold out 2 brand new. Looks like steam is coming off them hot sweet rolls.
Yep. All right. So after maybe 30 seconds or so, you hear movement literally right above you, and then you can physically see the ground like tuft as so. Here, I'll put it right here. So, Theo, you're here too. I just don't have your model, but we'll just say you're behind it. We'll see if this even matters. So, Theo, you're literally right behind Erastus, I'm assuming. Macmorn, you're up here as well. And you see the ground like tuft right in front of you. At that point in the split second, you know that he's in front of you. You just can't see him. And go ahead.
Drop it, Spurt.
Sorry. So what did you want to try to do?
I want him to turn visible.
Oh, you're asking him to.
We can't see you, Spurt.
He says, "Yeah, but I want a sweet roll."
But when we can see you, we'll hand them over. It's not proper to do a trade when you can't see the person that you're trading with. You helped us, and now let us pay you.
All right. So he thinks about it for a little bit, and then Spurt does turn visible in front of you, and immediately tries to like jump and grab your sweet roll.
Oh, I'll let him try, and as his hand goes right through him, my gauntlet fist just right around his throat.
Yep. Go ahead and grapple him. Go ahead and grapple him. You're gonna get surprise on this too. So you can do it with advantage. You can go ahead and strength check with advantage, and he's not very strong, so we'll see what happens.
I think these gauntlets are going to help me with this.
Yeah, you have to beat a 12, so. That's as opposed
that's going to be with advantage. That's a 23.
Yeah. So you grab him immediately. He's grappled. Yeah. So you can like basically like grapple him by the neck and pick him up. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just going to like grab him and just like plow him right into the rocks next to us.
Gotcha. So you're gonna try to like you're gonna try to like attack him, like do as much damage as you can.
No, I'm not attacking him as much as I'm just grabbing him and just like putting his back like forcefully into the rocks,
Oh, okay. Okay.
really scaring the shit out of him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're doing intimidation. Gotcha. That's fine though. So what do you? He is going to be intimidated. What do you want to say to Spurt?
I'm gonna use my other free hand, and I'm like my knuckles are about an inch from his cheekbone.
Yep.
Like the thunder gauntlet is just crackling with electricity.
Yep.
And very low and in his like deep modulated voice, he's gonna say, "You follow us ever again, I will put this through your chest."
Yep.
And
Right.
then, just for good measure, he's going to give him a really quick jab to the gut and then let him go.
Okay. All right. So Spurt literally starts like crying, like literally tears are streaming down his eyes. He screams a little bit. He gets to around here running, and he does turn invisible again, and you do not see him. It looks like he's panicked and scared. So Spurt looks like you were definitely successful. Spurt is scared. So
And Erastus just like claps his hands together, like wiping off dust. He's like, and that's the last we'll see of him, I reckon.
Yep. All right.
Good job.
So, yep. So, are you walking back, by the way?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
How does Seal look after all that?
The most disappointing look is just scrawled across Theo's face because she doesn't know what attitude adjustment Erastus has had. She knows it's tied to his armor, but she's just going to give him the most disappointed and disapproving look. And before he can say anything, she's just going to turn around and leave.
Oh, he already strode back. He's already back.
Yeah.
So she's just going to stand there then.
Yep.
Won't be around him.
Yep.
She'll turn to Macmorn and tell him, you probably have your work cut out for you to get those gauntlets.
No, I don't need them. Fine, I can make do without these little things. And he's gonna take them off and toss them back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But I will want them back. I need to study them at some point.
All right.
All right, Pyravin. All right, so Pyravin, so Pyravin is
So
down
you
there.
want me to climb down these ropes over the cliff? This is what you're saying.
That's so. This is what I want to show you, Greta. This is what I wanted to make sure that you understand. It is like basically a system of pythons that he's gone through. It's still dangerous. It's as good as it's going to get. And Pyravin has made an extreme effort. He's actually risked himself to try to get this for you guys, but it's still pretty dangerous.
I appreciate the effort.
Anu's
Yeah, I
gonna go.
appreciate it, but fuck all of that.
Anu's gonna go. Anu's gonna start climbing.
All right. Yep.
You're,
All right.
I'll slow clap.
nimble. You're nimble. I'm not a nimble.
Theo
Can
will
we
go back
spread the like oil behind us so if someone's trying to follow us, they'd
I'm a
slip and fall?
300-pound turtle. How the fuck you think I'm nimble?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Not you, I'm talking to Henri. You don't look nimble at all. You look like the boat that we're gonna that I'm gonna be floating on when we both fall in.
I'm a goddamn suit of iron.
I'm actually. I was gonna say I'm actually surprised that Erastus doesn't have like disadvantage on athletics and stuff. But yeah,
The armor is so like well made.
Yeah.
I don't even have to have. I can wear heavy armor, and I don't have any strength requirements anymore.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Look, wait a second, Henri, before you go, can you take some? We got like 3 50-foot things of rope, right?
yes.
I want to tie them together and have her take one rope with her, and I'll hold the other end because I will tie myself around the waist to that when she gets over there. So in case I fall, they'll be able to reel me back up.
Yeah, that's probably smart. You will still, so that rope.
Good idea.
That rope is so long, Gretna, that you're still gonna hit the water. But at the very least, you still have a rope tied to you. So.
Yeah, like I said, they'll be able to lift me back up, soaking wet and freezing. It's okay.
Yep.
before Henri goes, Theo will come back. Well, cast Orasis, but she's gonna touch Henri and give her guidance before she goes across to take the trek to the cave.
I'm fully prepared for this to go badly.
No, don't say that.
So do we have the rope up here too? That you want
Then
us
we have
to-
one end, and she's gonna bring the other down to the pier.
Yep. And remember, Pirvin has built this system of pythons so that you could. This is what you're going to try to do. Basically, with the rope's help, you're going to try to jump while holding onto the rope, jump down to this first rock, and then you jump down to the next rock and swing, just like Pirvin did. But he's making it much, much easier with you with these pythons. He
In
really
no
has
fucking
done.
way.
And you guys have noticed he's done like for what he did. He's done a great freaking job. It's just this is a very hard, kind of impossible situation. But yep.
Anyone have Featherfall?
This is just tough. This is just a tough thing all around. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Henri
Henri is
has
going to like tie the rope around herself and then start climbing.
Yeah, you got a +4 on your first acrobatics check.
Yep. Go for it, Henri. Give us your
Actually, it's if whenever she needs it, it can be used. I think.
That's a 23 on the first one.
You did it effortlessly. So you got to the first rock really easily.
Oh, that was pretty.
Actually, so good that most people are like, oh, maybe it's not so bad. Like, you made it look really easy.
oh, it looks hard as shit.
And then another one.
Yep. This is the harder one.
13.
All right. So this is what happens. Henri goes through, and she does catch her foot on the second rock. If it wasn't for the pythons, she would have slipped and fell. She's now holding on. Go ahead and do your strength check, Henri. You have to see if you slip.
I start bracing myself up there just in case, because I see what happened.
Yep. She's now got to make sure that she can hold onto the rope.
She said she tied it around herself.
Uh-oh.
She said she
Yeah,
tied it
no,
around
I did
herself.
tie the rope around myself.
Yeah.
And I've got the
Right.
other end.
Right, exactly. We just have to see if she gets like swung back to where you
Mhm.
are right now.
Right.
If she does, she's gonna have to go through the whole process again where you lift her up or
Yeah,
someone lifts her up.
That's
Ah,
a 3.
I'm pretty strong.
What'd you get?
3. I rolled a 4 minus
Oh.
1.
You totally lose it.
Yep,
So
100%.
you go to the second one, like you're going through it. You are not able to hold yourself up. You slide. If you see my mouse when it goes up, you go from here all the way down to almost hitting the water. Now, Gretna, you've got to pull her up.
Okay. Strength check or something?
Yeah, just a strength check. And it's,
Since
Henri's
this would
light.
probably, since this
Tiny.
would probably be the best idea to keep Iceland safe, she'll tell Iceland to go to Pirvin and land on his shoulder
okay.
and stay
Yep.
there.
Of course.
Okay, I've got a 14.
No, that's more than enough. You're able to do it. So it only takes a minute. Henri, you're a little shaken because this is kind of scary. Like you understand that when you hit that second one, you were pretty sure you're going to make it, and you just slipped because it's such an awful angle. That rock is like, and Pirvin knows this because he's done it already. It's the worst because it's like on an angle. It's got like a point to it. It's super hard to get your footing there.
Yeah, I got you. It's okay. It's
Yep.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll cast
Ooh.
We'll cast what?
Yep.
Also,
So- Yep.
before Henri goes again, Theo's going to look to Gretna and ask her if she would see if Orasis would cast Mage Hand to see if it would assist in stabilizing people, because she saw that Henri's struggle was when she had to stabilize herself on the second jump. She's
Yep.
gonna ask Gretna to talk to Orasis about having Mage Hand assist with the second jump.
You can try. The only downside with the mage hand assisting is that it's just going to lower the DC. They're not actually going to get true advantage because it can only do 15 pounds of force. So it's not enough to stop someone if they slip, but it is certainly enough to lower the DC a point. So yeah.
That's the-
Henri is actually going to turn to Macmorn and say, I know you just got those gloves, but I just realized, would I be able to borrow them? Because once I get over to the other side, if I have to pull Gretna up, I'm not very strong.
It's now unfortunately.
You got to attune them, so
Yep.
it won't help you.
That is correct. That is correct.
Well, they don't help me at the moment.
I always forget about that. Okay, let me try again.
In 3 levels, I can just instantly
You can
attune
do
to
this.
stuff.
You can do this.
You've got a +2, so whatever you get.
Yeah, so just from a meta perspective,
Oh,
Yep. Yep. There I go.
You
Ugh.
take
What'd you roll?
Nat 1.
Yeah. So
don't I?
okay.
I have the rope at this end, Macmorn at the top.
I've got the rope. You can help me hold it. It's fine.
So Henri goes to jump. She gets her first leg into the basically where it's going. She slips. She smacks her head against the
Aw.
rock wall there. She takes
Oh boy.
she takes 3 points of damage, is stunned, and she does like completely fall in. Like she's stunned for a minute where it almost looks like she's going to be unconscious. And I mean, it's pretty, you guys watch this and it's pretty dramatically bad. And then she does fall, and Gretna, you're gonna have to pull her up. You don't have to make a strength check anymore, Gretna. You're strong enough. You can pull her up. It's okay.
Okay.
maybe someone else.
When she gets up, I do a medicine check on her, make sure she doesn't have a concussion or something.
Yeah, she does have a slight concussion, but it's okay. She's able to.
Can we use her
Alright,
like
we'll
a?
take care of that later. We'll see how that goes. Okay, your eyes look a little bit. Oh.
Yeah, this is dangerous. I mean, this is totally dangerous.
Henri,
Yeah.
Kind of try.
Yeah.
yeah, Henri, take a break. You need to
Yeah.
Yep.
catch your breath.
Should we swap the rope to Miracle? I guess.
Miracle, you're light, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not to like. I'm not trying to say you're fat or nothing. Okay, you go.
Miracle's actually, I think, the lightest at the group. So it'll be
That'd be a good idea then. Why don't you go?
Yep, go for a Miracle. I'm so proud of you, though. That was very brave of you.
Yeah, watch what that
21!
-3 yep. Watch what that -3 HP does to me though. Remember how we were talking about being at full health was what was really good for me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can help you with that too. But let's just see how this goes, okay?
Alright.
Yep.
21.
21.
Okay, 21 is more than enough. So you gracefully land on the second rock. Now go ahead and try to get to the next one.
Alright. No!
Oh, that second one, man.
Yeah, that second one is a
It's
bastard.
super hard. I mean, you have to understand, Pirvins, you're looking at all this and you're thinking, man, I really am fucking awesome because this is really hard. This is really, really hard. Yeah. Yep.
But I didn't
Athletics
do that
still.
much easier, so I feel disappointed because I need help.
Do I have to try the athletics thing now?
You can't. So what did you roll, by the way?
A 9.
Okay, yeah. So you don't make it. You slip off, and you're at the same point where you're just like dangling down. Yeah.
Alright. This is probably gonna go
I
bad
reel her
because I
back
have
up.
the same thing as Henri. Oh wait, no, I'm just hanging. Never mind. Okay, I'm not holding on to anything.
So, did Rathis do the mage hand thing?
He did. He did lower the DC, but it's not. Unfortunately, it's not a 9. Yeah.
Gotcha. I just wanted to know.
He definitely did lower the DC. Otherwise, it would have been really tough. So.
Actually, I want to try again, but then I want to try something on the second rock if I make it.
Sure.
I'll cast guidance on Miracle before she jumps.
Yep.
No!
Hang on.
Five.
So okay.
Six.
God. So Miracle doesn't even make the
What is
first.
that one?
So yeah, Miracle doesn't even make the first jump, and she falls. So now, so
Before
here,
you told me-
here's the other thing as well. So what we can do is we're approaching the end of the session. To get someone over, we can keep trying. I do want to go ahead, like from the next session at least, do the rolls, because if you do get a 1, you have a chance of like basically splitting your head open, concussing yourself, or worse. And that's why we're doing the rolls. It is important to try to do these rolls to see how we get over. Also, this is just really freaking hard. You guys are using a hard way to get over, and it's very hard to do this. So.
before they try pulling me up, I want to, since you said there's seems to be no barrier, and I'm not like where there's ground.
There
I
is no
can't
barrier. Yep.
see.
There is no barrier. That is
I
correct. Yep.
want to try to see if I can fly here.
You can't. So that
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not an option. Like even when you're swinging over and stuff, there's just no way. It's something within the tomb itself, and you still can tell you're within the tomb. It's something that's grounding you from flight. It's basically the tomb is saying that no flying creatures, essentially.
Before I pull you up, Miracle, this sounds kind of strange, and I don't always have good ideas, I know. But what if I try and like pendulum you over to Purivan and he grabs you?
Are you gonna
That is-
yo-yo her?
That is definitely a possibility. So here's the thing. So obviously that's a possibility. Here's the downside to that. The downside is the rope is long enough that if you get it wrong, she's gonna be dipped into the water, and if she gets dipped into the water, she's gonna have to swim all the way to Purivan. Then Purivan's gonna have to like reach down and try to pick her up. The problem with Purivan reaching down is that it's just long enough, Purivan, that you could actually slip and fall in the water with her. So it's possible. It's absolutely possible. But just keep in mind that those have some downsides as well. But
I didn't
Purivan,
say it was a good idea. I'm just
it's definitely
asking if I should try.
it might actually even be easier, to be honest. I mean, that might
Yeah,
be the
we-
easier thing. As
we
long
use
as
two
as
ropes.
long as Miracle is okay with having a high percentage of getting dipped in that water.
And
Which no
then
one-
What?
if that's the
Worst
case,
part
I can just take a python and I can attach myself to this area right here, so I don't fall in because I still have my grappling hook.
That's right. You could do that. That's exactly right. You totally
Worst
could do that.
part-
If we
The
use
worst
two
part about-
ropes and Piran takes one and we take one at the top, as we lower, he could just pull her over.
Oh. that's-
Erasmus, what about some kind of pulley system? You can make up something real quick.
I'm an engineer, not a miracle worker. I can't do it on the fly like that.
I mean, you can try. You're just not wanting
Yeah.
to.
If people have time, I would like to at least resolve getting over this part too, because the important part of this Purivan is you actually hear movement behind you at this point. You hear stuff going on.
You know what? Okay, I got an idea, but it's risky. I can swim really good.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try this.
Wait, what do you try?
We're not gonna be able to pull you up. Don't.
I can swim and hold my breath for forever. Lower her down onto my shell and let me swim her over.
How are you supposed to get up?
Yeah, that's the only issue. We can't lift you up. You.
Drop a
Don't we
rope
have
down.
enough on our side?
It
We'll
is
be able to lift them up.
so it is 10 feet though. That's the problem. So it's 10 feet. So Purivan, you have to be strong enough to lift the 300 pounds of him. That's the problem. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
like 6 people over there. Let someone help you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have you're gonna have to have those people. You're gonna have to have 2 strong people at least try to lift you, or asses for sure. You would know that.
So we can just shuttle across, hopefully. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Sio's gonna go back to the area, like once you go down the stairs and there's that whole open area before you walk through the archway. Sio's gonna go back and look and see if there's like a door or some hidden passage. Just
Absolutely.
when
Should we make a resolution to this?
Yeah. So let's go back there, CO, so at least you can see that. So, CO, you're gonna go back here and take a look, and this is what you see. You see that there's still that, there's that unresolved portion. You'll see it in a second when the stream catches up, but there's still that unresolved portion of like the wall over here that when you like basically turn it to the right, it does something weird. There's that. But when you come out, the only other way up is of course that the other place with the it's basically the house up here.
right.
Now the only problem with the house is that there was movement inside of it, if you remember.
Right. So there's nothing in our immediate area that looks
No.
like a doorway.
Nope. No, there isn't actually. The only other thing that you do see is there's a small window over here, and you can just get out of there, and there could be something behind it, but it's difficult. It's like 20 feet in the air, but there is a window.
I'll go back and ask Henri if she can send her bat through the hole to see if it's just an alternate route into the cave, and if we could just meet Pearson that way.
I'm gonna dive into the water.
Alright.
I'm going to have CO lead me to where this hole is. Oh, it's that one? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Wraith in there. I'm gonna get, like, right below the window. I'm gonna send Wraith in and look through the senses.
Who is on the far side, real quick?
Pearson,
Only him?
one over there.
Yeah, everybody... I mean, everybody else failed, but it was only 2 wizards that have tried so far, and we're not very...
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not gonna dive into the water. I thought there was more people over there.
Nope.
While they're doing that, maybe we could. I mean, maybe we could take the other end of the rope, and we can get all the flying birdie things to drag the other end of the rope to Pyravin, and we could tie it onto something.
Even 2
Isn't
sparrows
Miracle
can't carry
still
a coconut.
Wait, isn't Miracle still dangling on the end of the rope?
Is she? I don't know. I don't know if I pulled her up
We
yet.
talked about we talked about penduluming her. I feel like we gotta focus on one thing at a time. We're really getting.
All right. Well, I'll pull her up. So she's up. So just dangling. Let's do it again.
I got pretty good acrobatics and
Yeah.
athletics. I can just.
Yeah.
You could.
And by the way, your bat does go ahead and go through, and it is kind of a mess in here. It's a dangerous part of the cave, but sure enough, this does look like it's connected because you can see that blue area. The problem, though, is that it looks pretty dangerous this way, too. There's a big gap, a chasm here, and then there's like the scaffolding that you would have to get to, but it's definitely dangerous. However, this is surprisingly connected to the cave, as you can see, because as you go through, it's there you can see that blue light. So it is connected to the cave, just also dangerous.
Well, we got Pyramid over here. He did all this shit.
Yeah.
Do you just want me to come back?
No.
No.
We just have to be decisive here.
Pirvin, you're not even sure you can get back. Like it's super fucking hard. Like it would be really hard for you to get back.
You gotta get down there.
What if we took the bird things, all these like owls and things we got flying, and took the other end of the rope and brought it over to Pyravin, and he could tie it, and then we could have a guide rope at least. Maybe a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Maybe try it.
I mean, I think we're looking for the least obvious answers to these problems.
What's the obvious one?
Let's Occam Razor this shit, and everyone just get down there.
What the hell does that mean?
It's a saying. It's Occam's Razor, where the most obvious solution is usually the best one.
Akmon will make his way across.
You can try,
Shake
Matt.
the rope on.
Take the rope, please.
Yeah, you can try. Matt, go ahead.
I'll
Go ahead and try to make your athletics or acrobatics
tell
check.
Erasmus.
I'm gonna give him
me out.
three. I'm gonna give him some pins and a rope, and if you get over there, drop a line down into the water.
Will do.
And Co, can you give him a little bit of some guidance, please?
So am I doing a strength check?
No.
Acrobatics or
It's acrobatics or athletics. You can choose either.
I'll
You can
go
actually
with
make a choice.
athletics.
Depends on how you're jumping. So yeah.
Is
That's
Co
fine.
going to give any guidance?
Yes.
All right.
So, athletics.
Yep.
12.
Let me roll real fast and see what you
It's going to be important. Yeah, the guidance is going to really matter here.
do.
14.
All right. You literally just hit the rock. But now you are going to have to stabilize yourself. The only reason you're able to is because of Pyravin's work. So you landed on the rock, but you are about to fall. So now make your strength check to see if you can actually stabilize yourself. You're grappling and holding on. So.
At least you're good at that.
Yep. Yeah. If Pyravin didn't do this, you'd be gone. You'd be under. So.
Strength checks. I see that.
Yep. You're grappling the rope and trying to stabilize yourself. The next one's going to be even harder, Macmorn. So.
It says I have advantage on dex (parentheses sleight of hand checks). So just sleight of hand.
No. This is a strength check. You don't get sleight of hand isn't going to help you. That's to like steal things or do precise movements. You are literally grabbing the rope and holding on for dear life and stabilizing your body. So it's pure strength.
Oh, I rolled that. I got an 8.
All right, fucking okay. So Macmorn does like basically fall. So he's going to have to get pulled up again. How heavy are you, Macmorn?
All right.
What does it tell you?
Can I
You're
just toss out my grappling hook that he can like hook onto, and I can try to bring him to my side so they don't have to worry about it? Or
Yeah, you could. I mean, honestly, you can absolutely try that because so Macmorn's like down here. So you're gonna try to throw a rope to him to try to pull him this way. The only you just have to be strong enough to do it, Pyravin. You have to be able to pull Macmorn, who's probably at least 200 pounds. But yes.
Hey, and he goes into the water.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go into the water.
Isn't that
that's
what? Isn't that
Yeah.
what I tied a rope to myself and left it behind with?
Yeah.
Oh,
With that rope for?
yeah, no.
I've got the other end. Yeah.
Okay, no. If that's the case, then no. I mean, if that's the case, then you're fine. You didn't hit the water yet. However, Gretna, you're not. You can't be. Are you actually heavier than Macmorn though?
I doubt it.
I know. Jesus Christ. This is going to probably be bad. So this is what's going to happen. So Macmorn you've got to be at least 200 pounds. Gretna, I imagine you're like 140, 150, 130. Oh Jesus. Okay. So Macmorn, you are literally going to now attempt to take Gretna down with you. So Gretna. So as a reaction, everyone's going to have to basically grab Gretna. You're going to see Gretna like go over the edge. If Gretna falls, this will be epic, but also not great. So
Am I making a strength check?
So you're just trying to hold on to yourself, and I will let you get a strength check to try to stabilize you. But I guess it's Erastus, Henri. Yeah, you can all make a reaction to try to grab her.
15.
What would that be? Just a
18.
dex?
All right, 15's fine.
All right, Greta.
No, he's got her. 15's totally fine. And Erastus is super heavy. So Erastus grabs.
I'm braced against the wall a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Erastus is able to grab Gretna and does take her, but it is just enough at that point. Like Gretna's going over. Macmorn, you are going to dip into the water a bit, so you're going to hit the water. However, so I assume you're going to try to pull her up, right, Erastus?
I'm gonna need some help here.
Why didn't we tie the rope to the fucking banister behind us?
That's an idea.
Or you, but yes, either one would have probably been great. But
That's a good idea.
I've got 8 more pins. We could have drove them into the ground.
all right. So anyway, so Erastus does grab her and he takes her back. You guys can go ahead and pull him up. Erastus, you're certainly strong enough. Gretna's already strong enough, so it's just going to take a little bit.
Erastus isn't strong at all. He has a 10
Oh,
strength. That's why he wanted the gloves.
That's right. I keep forgetting. You're just heavy. You're not strong. So Gretna is going to actually be the one that's probably going to be doing most of this, like pulling. But it's going to take you a little bit, and then Gretna, you're going to be able to eventually get him up. But however, and we'll go ahead and how much time do people have? Because if we have to go, it's fine.
I'm free all
It's totally
night.
fine. What about everyone?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm good for a little
Okay.
longer. I would say that Erastus, that's a really good idea. Let's tie it to the banister.
Well, so Macmorn, go ahead and make a con save.
Run
Constitution.
and jump off the banister while you're holding him and just catapult him up.
No, I'm still.
15.
That's a good idea. Can I have the rope,
13.
please?
13.
All right. 13. All right. So Macmorn's unconscious as you bring him back up. He is not a conscious person.
Okay.
Can I have the rope,
Really
please?
out cold.
Yeah. Wait. Once he's
Okay.
up. Once he's up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, to pull him up easy, I was just going to take the rope and jump off the banister and just kind of use myself as a counterweight to pull him up.
Yep.
Got you. You can do that. Yeah, you totally can do that. Somebody's going to have to be strong enough, of course, to bring you back up, Erasmus. You would know this before you make this.
I could just walk around the stairs. We
Yeah.
have 100 feet of rope.
I'm so sorry. You're doing it on the other side. You're not jumping off the side with the water. You're jumping down here. Yeah, of course.
No, yeah, I'm jumping off the other side to use myself as a counterweight. So similar to how elevators work.
Yeah, of course. You can totally do that. Yeah, I thought you were actually being like creative, but doing it the risky way where you were trying to jump off here to counterweight, which would have been terrible. But that makes total sense. You can totally do that. So yeah, so you can do that, and that's going to help. And but as you bring him up, Mac is completely out cold. He's completely unconscious.
I just cast Spare the Dying on him real quick.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you can stabilize him that way. That's fine. He is still unconscious. He is definitely still unconscious, but you'll have to see for now. But yeah.
Well, now we got to get him across.
Does it seem like he got knocked unconscious from like a blow to the head, or could there be a different reason?
So go ahead and do like anybody, if they want, can do like the standard medical check, which is, I believe, nature.
Yeah. No, nature check or a medicine check?
No, the medicine check. I'm sorry. What am I saying? I'm an idiot. Yep, the medicine check.
Hey, this is Mac. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just on my iPhone. I've lost power. Looks like the city's out.
No worries.
What? He's back. He's back up and on the floor, right?
He is back up at this point. Yeah.
Thank
He's
you.
Got a 10.
completely
We
unconscious.
got abysmal medicine checks, by the way. No.
All
hang
right.
on
So
one second.
if 10 is the highest, what you realize is that he
13
doesn't
is the
have.
highest.
Oh, 13? Okay. That's probably good enough. So he doesn't have any blunt damage on him. Like, there's no bludgeoning damage. So whatever caused him to be unconscious must have something to do with the water.
Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
But I didn't jump in there. So, Ras is going to look at Gretna. Do you want to do this or should I?
Do what?
All right, I will. And he's just going to walk over and he's just going to cast Cure Wounds.
Yep.
Chris, do I think that
It does bring him back to consciousness. Yep.
do I think if I shrunk myself the checks would be easier, or would it not affect it?
If you shrunk yourself, it would be much easier to pull you up because you would weigh less, but it's not necessarily going to make this any easier on you because when you shrink yourself, it's also harder to jump. So, yeah, no, you don't think so. You think it would, the only thing that would be easier is like people pulling you up. That would be much easier.
Mac Morn, you come back up with 11 health.
Yeah, and you're
Thank
now
you.
conscious. You're conscious.
And we're not done talking about those gloves. And I'm just going to slap him on the chest and like help him up.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So you said, or Kieran said he was making like, kind of like ropes on the wall, right?
Yeah, so there's a couple guide ropes that will basically help you when you jump. When you jump, instead of just falling off the rock when you don't make the DC but you're close to it, you can then grab onto those ropes to basically stabilize yourself. Without them, this would probably not be a viable way to get down.
So we need to get over there. So let's use this counterweight system. And that should help. I mean, no one will, as long as I'm over here, no one's falling in the water again.
Yep.
So who's the most CO needs to go second to last because she can assist everyone. And as long as I'm over here, you can't fall in the water. So just make endless tries.
Yep. Which will eventually work. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we wanted to go through it, the only problem right now, though, in Pyrvin, you know this, is that there's still there's something down here with you, or
Yeah,
lots of things
I'm
down here.
going to reach into my bag and take a good heaping handful of the sharp claw traps with the poison on them and
Yep.
spread them as far as I can see from
Sure.
that corner to that corner, so I
Of
at least
course.
have a little place of
Like a
safety.
barrier. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can get all the way across with those things. So
Okay.
we'll say that you do it like 30 feet across. You haven't seen anything yet, but
Perfect.
there's a whole like line of them there. Yeah.
Okay, and I also want to be vigilant to what's above me as well. So if I can find any higher spots from where I am, but I'm also able to help people, I would love to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we have any more rope?
There are the 3 ropes so Pyrvin has those ropes right now, but
I
he
have a
does
50
have
foot. a 50
yeah,
foot.
he does have 3 extra ropes, but they're on Pyrvin, and then you have Erasmus that has 50-foot rope.
I also believe I have a 50-foot rope in my bag.
I think a lot of us do.
Yeah.
So we gotta make some type of move. He's down there by himself. We gotta be decisive.
I have an idea.
Yep.
So, I can have my bird bring one of the ends to us, while Pyrvin has the other end, and we can have his rope tied to one of us and our rope tied to the same person, and then as we jump across, we can bring like Gretna would slowly let go of the rope until it's
Gretna
tight
doesn't
but
have
not
the rope.
loose, or whoever. So it's tight but not loose. And then if we're going towards Pyrvin would bring in the rope towards him. So it's kind of like we have a leverage on both.
But if
Like a laundry line.
Pyrvin
Yes.
loses his footing or can't support the weight of the person in the middle, once Gretna lets go, he goes over and into the water, and there's no one that can stabilize him.
That
But he
is
can
right,
use the
and
guy
also
with the grappling hook.
yes, the only thing is keep in mind by the time Osiris gets down, it's going to be tough. Osiris is close to 300 pounds, and it's just going to be very tough.
I have a plan for myself. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
But we gotta make moves. We're trying to outthink a series of jumps, and I think the solution is whatever. We gotta pick a plan and commit to it. Because the longer we sit around dawdling,
Try.
I like yours, Miracle. Sounds good. Let's do it.
all right, if that's a plan, let's go with it then.
Alright. I'm gonna literally freaking to Iceland and ask Iceland to bring Pyrvin's side of the rope
Well,
over.
if it's too heavy for her, we got all those other birds. Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, no, he can. He can take the piece of the rope and bring it to Pyrvin. So Pyrvin, you see an owl with a piece of rope coming down to you, and
Roll
you
my
hear
rope.
them talking. Yep.
Okay, and I'm just gonna reach one of my arms out and allow it to give it to me, so I can grab it and attach it to what I need to attach it to.
Yep.
Alright,
Yep. You're just
going
gonna take
first.
so you're gonna take the python and shove a knot into it and get the knot good and stabilize the rope that way. You're gonna shove it into the rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I can go.
You go first.
So is the idea now that you have a rope that's kind of so there's the diagonal rope now between Erasmus, I assume still, and this whole area. So there's this diagonal rope, and you're gonna try to walk like horizontally, or sorry, diagonally, like off this cliff face. Is that correct?
No.
You could dangle on it and crawl like sloth style, like an Australian crawl.
Yep. So what were you saying, Miracle?
Well, we can do that version, but the other one was Gretna had one rope, and Pyrvin had another rope.
Yep.
And then we brought both ends to the person who's gonna cross, and then it was both the other ends were tied, or one of the ends were brought to the group, and then both of the ends that are not being held was tied to one person. So it was like a pulley kind of line, so it's always tight.
Right.
That's gonna break your waist as you're pulled across.
I mean, yeah.
So Gretna would be slowly letting it loose as they go on further. And then Pirvin would be slowly pulling it closer to him as they come closer to him.
I see what you're saying, but you also weigh, even you weigh like a considerable amount, like 80 pounds. The amount of tension you'd have to put on that would be 80 squared by the length of the rope, which would split you in half.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, Erastus is technically right. Like the other problem too is I'm not even sure Pirvin's that strong. That's the other thing. You have to understand that like even if he's tying it to the wall, like Pirvin's trying to secure this with a python and then hold it, and even that, it's gotta. You do have to kind of be strong to kind of let this like go through. Gretna is kind of strong enough at the top stabilized. Pirvin, I'm looking at it, isn't necessarily strong enough for this.
Then what if I hold on to the rope and he stakes it down, and we
Yep.
just cut a piece of rope and tie it around somebody's waist so that they're at least like,
Yep.
that they and along the rope so they can just slide and grab on as they go.
I see, like kind of like a clothesline where you're like sliding down it. Yeah.
That was going to be my suggestion, was because I've run into a similar situation this in real life for military stuff. If you ran a line as a baseline and then you ran a line from point A to point B that's 3 feet higher, you could walk on the baseline and then use the higher line as a handhold and go hand over hand, foot over foot, and walk across. Basically, tightrope walking.
And like I said, we can cut rope and actually tie it to a person's waist and to the rope itself. So if they do fall, they're still attached to it.
Yeah, so
that'll work.
That's something we could do.
That'll work.
We can do that way. If you want, I can try.
Yeah.
You want to try it first? Because you are the lightest.
I have a rope.
Good.
Yep.
Me too. I think Kaylee had to step away for a second.
That's fine. Yep. That's totally fine. All right, let's try it with Miracle first. So the DC is pretty easy on this. If you do slip, it's literally just like an athletics or acrobatics check just to walk down and just make sure you hold on to it. Very easy to see. The only thing is if you get a 1 through this, you might slip out, and we just have to see if you hit the water. It sounds like what you're going to do though is tie the rope to your waist. And then how are we going to stop? So what's the plan? If she does slip off this rope walking down, what's actually stopping her from falling in the water?
The counterweight. She has a rope tied around her. The other end is tied around me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Okay. So go ahead, Miracle. You should be able to do this, but let's go ahead and roll.
And also, since my feet are claws, I could literally just hold on to the rope with my feet.
Oh, if that's the case, I'll give you advantage. You're absolutely right. You're gonna be the easiest. So you should get advantage on this. So go ahead and roll with advantage and go down. Yeah.
16.
Yeah, you're fine. You're totally fine. So Miracle makes her way down, and Miracle, you see this happen, Pirvin, and it only takes her a couple minutes, and she's now down with you. Miracle, when you get down, you hear the same thing. It's like every now and then you hear like claws and footsteps and other things. It's far enough away from you. It's pitch black in there too, but you can't see anything yet, and there's shit down there. Okay.
I actually have a really good idea on trying to figure out what could be there.
Sure.
Okay, let's figure out how to get these other people across.
Let's walk across.
Yep. Who's next?
I can go.
All right. Go for it, Henri.
Okay, so I'm just making another acrobatics check.
Or athletics. You can do both on these because you can. It depends on how you're going to tackle it.
Well,
I'll
athletics
say
is
that-
strength, which is -1.
Kaylee's away from her thing right now, so I'll say CO cast guidance on you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
Is it another 3 or just 1?
It's a D4.
I'm saying,
roll
is
D4.
it 3 acrobatics checks or 1 acrobatics check?
No. Just one. Just one. It's just one.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, you're good. You make it.
Okay.
You make it.
Ends up being a 7.
Yeah. So you make it. You make it down pretty easily. This was much easier on you. And you get down to safety. You're down there with him.
But we still need Mackmore to go next because
Yep,
CO needs to go
Mac-
second to last.
Yep.
Sorry
Yep.
we couldn't make the most of what you did, Pirvin. We still sucked with all the work you put in.
It was fun.
Yeah, I can go next.
All right,
Keep
go.
going. Let me brace myself just in case. Okay.
Yeah, and Theo will cast guidance on Mac as well.
Since we only
Does this?
2 ropes.
So is this a dex check?
You can do athletics or acrobatics.
So
Okay, before he goes,
acrobatics would be.
Before he goes, can I give an idea?
Sure.
Since we only use 2 ropes,
We use 3 ropes.
No, we have a
All
lot.
we have to do is just roll. Everybody just has to roll.
I was gonna say, instead of Gretna holding it, since this might be easier, we could add the last rope on and tie it to the pillar in the room and make sure it's tight.
Brenda's not holding any rope. It's tied around me.
Yeah, right now it's Erasmus. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually like I'm holding it just to like for extra, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Macmorn.
This is so confusing.
Yeah.
Did you say if that was advantage with dex?
No. You don't actually have advantage. So.
Oh, okay. So I'll just go with the athletics check.
Okay.
I have
What'd you get?
Wallace's feet, so
What'd you get?
he hasn't rolled yet.
Typing into my phone now.
Oh,
19.
Nice.
Yeah, you're fine.
Damn.
Yeah, he easily gets over.
It's
All right.
easy.
All right,
Okay.
Greta.
Oh God. Let's see what I can
Come
do.
on, Gretna, you can do it.
I don't like this.
Greta's got
do?
it super tough because she's short. So the ropes.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Sorry, I messed up.
Yeah.
No.
Gretna's got it tough. I'm not going to give Gretna disadvantage, but it is harder for Gretna because she's shorter. But
I
it's fine.
probably should have to.
Wait until you're short and 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Guidance.
You have guidance.
CO probably would have.
Well, what's my
So roll a
guidance?
D4.
Yeah, definitely
roll a
would.
D4.
Roll a D4.
Oh, Kaylee backed out.
Oh, I'm supposed to roll a d4?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want me to
Oh,
roll it
whoops,
for
oh.
you, or?
Yeah, you roll it for me, sure.
we've had bad luck with people roll. Oh, that was
D4! 16!
All right, Greta, you're fine. Yeah, Greta makes it. She has a couple mishaps, but she's fine. She's totally fine.
Oh, I scraped my knee.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Erasmus?
Well,
All right,
Sia.
now it's CO. No, it's CO and then
Didn't
Erasmus.
go yet.
all right.
CO and Erasmus. Yep.
I'll roll for CO.
Yep.
All right, I'll go.
Guidance.
Yep.
She guidance herself.
Yep.
She makes a with her guidance. With her guidance, she made a 15.
Yeah, she's good. She's totally
All right,
good.
Kaylee,
So
I had to roll.
she makes it. Yep, she makes it. It takes a minute or so, and it's a little precarious, but she makes it. All right, Erasmus.
Well, Kaylee has she's over there. She has one end of the rope tied around her, and
Yep.
there's one end of the rope tied around me.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I'm immediately going to ask for somebody to help stabilize me because
Yep,
Erasmus
I
would
grabbed the rope.
double my weight.
Yeah, Macmorn will grab the rope too.
And I'll grab it behind him. We'll do like a tug of war, I guess.
I mean,
Yep.
I can try, but I'm not much help.
Can we at least like get another pin? We can at least stake it down so we don't lose the rope.
Yeah, that's smart. We should do that.
Done.
Does it look like I could potentially run and jump from one end to the other?
You could run and jump with the rope from one end to another. The problem is, could you possibly do it without landing in the water? Only if you were. You can run and jump and still take some damage and hit this with the rope. The only problem is it's going to be fucking amazing. You'd have to roll a very high DC on the dex because this is what you have to do. You have to run, jump, swing, and just make it into this area while hitting this lip. What's probably going to happen with your weight is you're going to run, jump, swing, and somewhere get over here, land in the water, fall unconscious. So it's tough. It's tough. You could do it, but it's going to be hard.
Okay, well then I'll just do what everyone else did, but they're going to be bracing me instead of me bracing them.
Now, I assume, Erasmus, what that means, exactly, because they are bracing you, you are going to have to take this rope because it was tied around your waist, the top guide rope, and tie it around here. So you guys are going to lose this one rope for sure.
So I'm,
if Erastus do that, so
I'm going to be going down harder.
yeah, yep.
Well, we got all that rope from the chest, so
Yeah.
So I have a rope tied around my waist, and they have a rope on their end. So even if I fall in the water, they can just reel me in.
That's exactly right. You will fall unconscious, and you are super heavy, but there's enough of them down there that they can totally reel you in. Guys, if it happens, you know that if he falls unconscious,
Sure.
it is just going to be. By the way, how long can you hold your breath? And I won't.
They're literally hours.
Okay, and I assume, yeah. God, this is so complicated, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Because like if you're unconscious, technically, wouldn't you just breathe in water? But I'll look it up later. I'm just gonna roll you're not going to for now. So because you are like a turtle, and this is like you would definitely like this is kind of what you're built for. I think anyone else, they would just like basically go unconscious and they'd have to roll them up quickly or they drown. But with you, it's probably better. So go ahead, you can make the roll.
9.
Okay, Jesus
Oh.
Christ. Okay,
You
okay.
didn't have guidance?
Well, I didn't have guidance because Theo's over there. I also don't have the fucking gauntlets. So I can't
Yeah,
have
They
it.
wouldn't
Use them
have helped
anyway.
I
Yeah.
attune to things quicker.
Yeah. Okay, so Erastus goes through and gets to the very like middle of this, and he drops like a rock. So
So
I am going to let you try this, Erastus, because there's so many ropes here. I am going to let you go ahead and try to make another check to at least see if you can grab onto one of the ropes with the rock, so that you can like not hit the water. I'm going to give you another check.
when
Yep.
when I leveled up, I prepared a really neat spell as a reaction spell. So as I fall, I cast Featherfall.
Nice. Okay.
As I feel my grip loosening, I cast Featherfall, and I'm like
If you're-
very slowly falling.
I was going to say if you're casting Featherfall, then you can easily use the rope to get
I'm
down.
gonna
You can-
yell at you guys to reel me in.
Yeah. You can totally do that. That will work. Yep. So you guys see Erastus get halfway, completely fall like a rock for a split second, but then he starts falling very, very slowly, and now he can just walk through. You could have technically probably just jumped off to cast Featherfall and done that too, Erastus. But
I didn't want to have to burn a spell slot if I didn't have to.
No, it makes total sense. Yeah, that makes complete sense. But yeah. But that you guys see this and you're all amazed, obviously, because you've first of all never seen him do this, but you didn't even know that Erastus could do this. So yeah, but he's able to go through and like easily like walk in. So you're down here with him, Erastus. All right, cool. So we will. That's awesome, guys. We will stop. We will stop now, and we'll pick this right up on the next session. What happens?
And we're level 4.
Okay, sounds good. We made it.
Yeah.
A lot did happen. A lot did happen this session, surprisingly. So
We just blew through a mimic, but goddamn, give us a 20-foot gap and
Yeah.
we're stumped.
yeah.
I
Yep.
came up with the idea to how we got across stuff. I'll
Yay.
take it.
All right. Yeah, we'll start up here next time. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank
Night.
you. Good night.
Bye.
Yep. Good night. Good night, guys.
That took a while to get it across because everyone kept on talking over me, and I'm just like, eh.